Google Workspace is a collection of cloud computing, productivity, and collaboration tools, softwares, and products, all developed by Google. Hi, I'm Dr. Rashid, a speech and presentation coach. I've used Google Workspace for virtually all of my digital engagement, for file management, sharing, and for education purposes with my students, fellow colleagues, and lecturers. So if you're looking out to start using a single platform that houses a range of tools for your content creation, storage, education purpose, then I would like to invite you to my all-in-one Google Workspace course where I explain in detail the top 20 applications in Google, including Google Office Suite, Google Drive, Google Photos, Google Calendar, Google Classroom, Google Forms, Google Hangouts, Google Keep, Google Maps, Google Slides, Google Translate, Google Jamboard, Google Mail, Google Drawings, and many, many more. So this course is for beginners who are interested in using Google platforms for their engagement because most of the key features are free of charge. So the only requirement for this course is an internet, your computer, and your willingness to learn something. So if you're ready, grab a cup of coffee, sit back, relax, and enjoy the rest of the day.
In this video tutorial, I want to share with you how to use Google Hangouts. Okay, Google Hangouts is good for you to make video calls and chats with your colleagues, with your friends, with your family, with your students. You can easily make this with Google Hangout. It's completely free and Google has made it even available for Android, for App Store, and even for Chrome. You can have it as an extension on your Chrome, and anytime you will just be able to synchronize between devices and you can work perfectly with it. So Hangout lets you video call or message the people that you love. So to start with, all you need to do is to come to your browser, open your Chrome browser, and then come to hangouts.google.com. There are actually two methods to open Hangout. The first one is to come to the website over here and just click on it and it will bring you over here to Hangout. Another way is you can come to this drop down, this icon. Once you are on your Google menu, you can see it over here. You can scroll down and you should have Hangouts over here, right? So once you click on Google Hangouts, it's going to bring you to the same place. So once you're in, you have to sign in with your Google account. If you have one, you just go ahead and sign. If you don't have one, it's free to create a Google account. So you can just create yours and just get started. I've just signed in. I've logged in into my Google account and you can see I've got some conversations, and over here to the top left, I have these three lines. Once I click on this, you have these different icons. You can add contacts, you can check out your contacts, and you can check out all your conversations. You can invite people with either a link, or you can just send them an invite with their email address or their name there within your email address as well. So you have the applications like I've just explained. You can download and share and work with it directly on these devices. And you've got the settings over here, which is very basic. You need to just check. There are some few things you need to pay attention to. For example, you can show when you are last active, or you can unshow that if you don't want people to know when you are last active and when you are seen. And you can show which device you are on. Is it a phone, is it a tablet, or is it a computer? You can show all this. And in terms of notification, you can check out through all this and check out archived Hangouts. If you have archived some messages that you don't want people to see, blocked people, you should be able to see them over here. Invites, you can see the people that you've invited, the hidden contacts, the customized invite settings. You can do all this within this very feature. There are so many things to check around, so feel free to just come in and just check it out for yourself. So within these three same three lines, you can still come to Google and just get the extension and just have it. So in order for you to get the extension, you can just come to this. From here, you can just click on this Chrome extension and it's going to get you over here. So you can just come over here and just click on add to Chrome, because I've just added mine, so you will not be able to see it. But then you can click on your own to add to Chrome, so it becomes an extension added to Chrome. And at any given point you want to visit Google Hangouts, you can just come to your extension over here, just click on list of extensions, and you will be able to see Hangouts directly. Or you can come to manage extension. In case you don't see it clearly, you'll see all the extensions that you have, and you can see Hangout over here. You have the option to enable or disable it. You can enable it in the list of extensions that you have, or disable it, or at some point you can remove it completely if you don't want, and you can have the check out the details as well. So this is basically how to check out Google Hangouts. There's so many things, the help desk and many more. And then you have the chat. You can create a conversation. You can start a conversation by searching for someone's email. You can search for his email, you can search for his phone number, or you can put his name in cases when you have all these domicile within your Gmail account. So you can just search by name, by phone number, or by email. You just bring that person. For example, you can just search Abdul Rashid. Once you start searching, you just pop up within your contact that you have all so many people. Okay, so you can check them. Most of them are on Google. You can easily add them and you can start conversing with them directly. Another thing is you can create groups. You can just click on here to create a group, enter an email of the people you want to invite. For example, I can say I can invite this guy, and I can add as many people as I want. Okay, so you can see I can just add them, invitation sent, and okay, this one, invitation sent, and you can just add them. Okay, you can just add as many as you want. Okay, can invite. Okay, so once you have as many people as you want, you can just hit on this green icon to just enable it. Now you're allowed in the group with this much people that you've added. So you've got 2 people and you've got the group. If you want to change anything in the group, you can come all the way here and change it. You can click on this, you can put in the name. Okay, you can put in the name, let's say getting together. Okay, these notifications you can enable conversation history to check, or joining by link. You can enable this. So if you have a link, you can just share them. You can generate the link from the group and then you can share with the people. So you can see the link over here. You can copy it and share with your friends so they can join directly. You don't have to send them an invite from the app as well. You can archive conversations and leave the entire group if you want. You can add some emojis, a bunch of emojis that you can check around and maybe add according to your message. So let's say hanging together, and you can put some love sign over here. Okay, so you can say okay to this, and you can see getting together with this small emoji. So you're free to start conversation directly from here, and you can just start, hi guys, and just send, and everyone in the group will be able to see, just like the way you normally work or operate on your WhatsApp message. Okay, so it's similar to that. You can see all your conversation getting together, and the other people you are conversing with, you can see them directly. So you can check out conversations from here, and you can check out these 3 dots to see the same information that we've seen, your contacts and all that. You'll be able to see everything. So this is the most basic on what you can do with Google Hangout. When you come over to any name or any contact that you've added, you have the option to open the detailed view of that particular contact so you can see it clearly, or you can send an email directly, or you can message directly, or you can do video call, or you can schedule an event with this very person directly. You can do that very easily with Google Hangout. Everything is free of charge. Once you have a Google account, which is completely free, you should be able to do all this. So this is about how to use it. You can always check on your phone, on your Google message, to see the conversation out there about. You receive the conversation on your Google message. You'll be able to have a conversation. You'll be able to see it. For example, let me check on mine. On your Google message, you'll be able to check on chats. You can see it over here, and you can see the list of chats that is going on within your Google Hangout. Okay, and you're free to create a new chat also if you want from here, and you start the chat immediately with whoever you want to start chatting with. Okay, so this is basically how to use it on Google. You can see your status over here, and it's the same status people always see. You can change it from active to automatic to do not disturb or thereabout, and they will see it on the Hangout as well. So this is about Hangout on on the web, you still can have Google Hangouts on your phone and work with it. Okay, so still on the same page, you can close on the group over here, and you can start a chat with anybody. For example, this one, and you can just click on it. You have the option to start a video call if you want a video call, or the normal chat, you can chat from here. Or you can send him some media. Maybe you can send an image by clicking on this, and you have the option to navigate around. You can check within your phone or computer, select a photo from your computer over here, or you can come to auto backup. If you have any backup somewhere that you want to send him any photo of your choice, you can select this photo, for example. You can check photos over here, and you see range of photos that you have, all your photos. You can check albums, and you can do video search from a number of videos that you have. Also, you can check from the albums and send album directly, or you can check and send photos directly. Assuming I want to send this photo, I can just select it and click on select and select it, and I can just send it to him directly. You can see very easily you can send to him. You can chat directly. You can pop out, and you be able to chat directly, just like independent of the main browser. You can chat for it, hangout on your own directly. Okay, you can bring in more people into the conversation as well, and you can still pop in and still come back and continue within the browser and do your chats. You have the range of other options over here to send different kind of emojis. You can highlight and send any emoji of your choice. Okay, depending on what your conversation is about, you can select any emoji and you can send directly. You have the option also to check on this gear icon to see other notifications. For example, you can check out notification, you can enable notification, disable conversation history, you can archive conversation, or you can delete conversation or block that particular person from here. Okay, you can block him from here. So these are the various options that you have over here. You can minimize, you can close if you want, and you can come to these three dots on any chart. Like I have explained, you can pin, you can hide the ads. Okay, you can hide this particular person, or you can pin it to the top or thereabout. You can do all this. So basically, this is how to use Google Hangout on your desktop. Okay, you can do the same on your mobile. Okay, so just go to your app store and download it and install very easily, and you can have all the features and work with it comfortably. So ladies and gentlemen, this is a bit about Hangout and how to use it on your desktop, your computer, on your browser. Feel free to try it on your own and let me know if you have any challenge. In this video, I want to share with you how to use the Google Calendar to book your event, or to schedule your event, and to schedule your daily tasks and routines, so that you can stay up to date, you can stay active, you can stay much more productive when you have access to the list of things you have to do on each day being ironed out or being spelled out clearly. With this kind of technique, you master your time management strategy, and you will be able to perform much better because you know what is expected of you, and you know all the tasks that you need to do on daily basis. So to get to Google Calendar, all you need to do is to start by coming to this URL and type in Google calendar.google.com, or you can come to these apps, Google Apps, and just click, and then you can come over and see calendar over here. Once you click, it's going to navigate you to calendar.google.com directly. So just make sure you are logged in with your Google account. Once you are on a particular date, you can be able to create an event, a task, or set a reminder. So you can navigate to any date. So assuming, for example, this is Tuesday and you have the different timings, you can look at the calendar. This is the normal days, and this is the GMT +1 timings. Okay, this is 3 a.m. down to 2 a.m. You can see the timing up to 11 p.m. Okay, so you can readjust that if you want. So you can see the timing, and you can see the timing and the dates. Okay, so for example, over here to your top left, you can see create. You can create an event, you can create a task, but you have to identify which day from the calendar. So look at the December calendar over here. Maybe you have an event on the 22nd, and you just click on 22nd, and then you go to create. Okay, you create an event, and then you give it a title. So 22nd, let's say Toastmasters meeting. Okay, so you can give the details of the event. For example, this is going to be on the 22nd. The timing, you can free to change it. Okay, you can change it to maybe 7:15 p.m. to 10 p.m. 10:15 p.m. Okay, so you can set the do not repeat. This is the So you can set time zone. You can use separate start and end time zones, but for now let's go with African time zone, and we'll say okay. And we can come over here to find a time if you want, and you can add guests to this particular event. So let's say we add this guest. All right, you can call them by their email addresses. Okay, got it. And you can give permission to the guests on what they can do. Okay, they can modify the event, they can invite others, they can see guest lists if you want. All right, so you're giving them the admin property. So you can meet through Google Meet. You can set this is the Google Meet meeting link. You can just copy this link and you can share with the people. You can put in location, for example, I say Abuja. You put Abuja, and you can add description to the particular event. So let's say we add this description. We say this is a Toastmasters weekly meeting. So you can add attachment in cases when you have an attachment. You can just click, maybe a poster you have designed somewhere. You can just easily click and you just attach it directly. So you have the option to choose for the attachment. Either you have attach a recent document, or you can check your drive. If you have some document in your Google Drive, you can check around and just find it, upload. Or if you have a document that is shared with you recently, you can easily use that as part of attachment. If you have that particular poster attached, shared with you by someone, or you can upload a fresh one. You can come to files and you can navigate to where you have that file, that poster, for example. So you just select it and you say open, and you can upload. Okay, so once it's uploaded, you can see it over here as attachment. You can add other attachments also if you want. The text that you have written in the description, you are free to format it with these features, with these text features. You can bold, you can italize, you can underline, and you have other features like the number list. You can bullet the points, and you can bring in different links as well. You can insert web URLs and so much. Okay, or you can remove the formatting at all. And down here you have Epic Mentorship, which is the owner. So you can put in your status, whether you are okay to receive anything. You can see your status now is set to busy. You can say you are free, and you can set default visibility, or you can make it public, or you can make it private if you want. You can make 30 minutes before you should be notified. This is the default notification reminder. You will be reminded 30 minutes before the event. But if you want it to be longer, you can make it 1 hour before the event, all the same, or 15 minutes before the event. Okay, so this 1 hour before, and you can add another one. Maybe it should give you 1 hour before, 30 minutes before, and then 10 minutes before. It should keep reminding you. So let's say we want 10 minutes before to be reminded, 1 hour before and 10 minutes before. So you could see more options over here. If you want, you can come to more options and you can see them. Okay, so we've virtually put in nearly everything that we need. Okay, so once you're satisfied with this and the features that you've just inserted, you can just come over and click on save. You can say save and send. Okay, share with this, yes, invite this person, and you can see our event had been booked over here, Toastmasters meetings. You can see it here on the 22nd. Once you click, you can see the details. 2 guests, Abuja. These are the locations and all that. Going, yes, if you say yes, it's going to update, and the other person also, once you say yes, it's going to update. And you're free to edit over here. You're free to delete this event. You're free to have other options like print it. You can duplicate this. You can copy it to tutorials, algebra, or to any given task, or publish the event online, or you can change the owner. You can do all that from here. Okay, you can email, you can add other guests also. You can copy the guests details and all that. And once you set an event, it's going to be there on this date, and it's going to be specific on this timing. So the next thing is you can add a schedule, you can add a task. You can come to create, let's say on 23rd also you can add a task. You can come to add a task on the 23rd, and you can see it, add a task. So let's say reading journals, you have to read some journals on 23rd, let's say in the morning. Okay, so let's say by 8 o'clock in the morning, and you can make it not all day. You can make it all day if you want. If you say not all day, you can say 8 o'clock in the morning. It's okay. Do not repeat. Okay, you can it is going to give you the alarm as well. All right, so you add description. Okay, so this is a task that you've just created. You can set reminder. The reminder is going to be at this time.
do not repeat. If you want it to repeat, you can say to repeat daily, weekly, and all that. You feel free to add that. So it's going to remind you at this time, or if you want to set the reminder at a later time, maybe 7:30, you can set the reminder at 7:30. Okay, you can say save, and you have your task over here. Okay, so once you set your task, you can be able to see it over here, reading journals at 8 o'clock on Thursday, December 23rd. Okay, so you're free to delete, to edit, or to close this. So generally, when you open your calendar, in order for you to have an overview or general look at what you have for the day, you can just open the calendar. You can check out the general overview from here. You can see the view of the week. Okay, you can see this is the week view, and you can see the entire month if you want from here. So you can see the entire month, and you'll be able to see all the things, all your activities within the month. You can book accordingly, right? So you can check to see where you've been occupied and where you're free, so you can easily reschedule or ask other people, ask the invitee to reschedule another date because you're kind of free or occupied with that particular date. Or you can come over here and see by your right, the top right, you can see the list of tasks that you have. It's going to load all the tasks, write paper. Okay, daily schedules, you can see these are your upcoming tasks. You can close this and you can check out other things from here. Okay, you can connect this to your Google Keep if you want, and there are other bunch of features like settings that you can put from here. Okay, so you click, you can see other settings, you can see your trash, what you've deleted, density and color. You can print this calendar, or you can get some add-ons to help you manage the calendar very nicely. So feel free to try it, feel free to explore, but this is just a brief on how to create a document, to create an event, to create a task and add it to your calendar, and you'll be able to visit it and see what you have, and you will be reminded if you set a reminder. Okay, so in today's video, we are going to look at how to use the Google Classroom. Now, Google Classroom is a very important feature that is recently in 2014 launched by Google to help the students and teachers have a very fantastic experience together by sharing files, assignments, and even making life easy for teachers. So if you have complete access to the internet and you can have access to your Google account, Google Classroom is a very exceptional tool to try for your students to enhance their learning and your overall teaching experience. So to start with, all you need to do is to make sure you are logged in with your account, your Gmail account, if you have one. If you don't have, you can easily create one. Once you logged into your Google account, you can go straight to classroom.google.com. You can search for it, or you can just go directly to the website classroom.google.com. So once you're in the classroom, this is the windows that will welcome you. This is an empty email without any prior classroom. You can create or join your first class from here. Down to your top right, you can join an existing classroom. Another way to actually open this Google Classroom is to come to this Google Apps, click on it, and then you can come all the way down until you see Classroom over here. Okay, once you see Classroom, you can click on it and it will start to bring you to this view directly. So you can create a new class, or you can join an existing class. So let's click on this plus button and it will prompt to us that to join a class or to create a new class. Later on, I'll show you how you can join a class with just a code that you can share with your students, and anyone with that code can easily join your class and benefit from what you are sharing. So but for now, let's go that we want to create a class. Okay, this is just a prompt. We say yes and continue. So we can name the class. Okay, so let's name the class tutorials. We can name the section algebra, and then the subject you can put mathematics. You can give it a room if you want to classify the students according to subject, or according to the section that you are teaching, or according to level of their education. You can classify the room if you so wish, but for now we can leave it blank if you want, and just click on create. Alright, here we are in our brand new class. The first thing you see is at the top you see stream class. So over here you can do all sort of things. This is like the base camp where you have all your things set up, all your questions, all your screen. You can view everything from here. You can see the classwork that you can give to your students. You can create one, or you can assign work to your classes from here. So you can create assignments. So from here you can create assignments. You can use topics to organize classwork into modules or units. You can order work the way you want it. You can give students any kind of classwork that they can use. So you can click on this create to see you can create an assignment, you can create a quiz, you can create question materials, you can share directly with them and reuse posts from other classes, and then you can put in topics of different kinds. So you can review the topics from here that you are working on. Okay, you can see the topics directly. And then this is the class drive folder. So you can create a drive folder for a particular class or for a joint class. You can create a drive folder for any particular class that you are targeting. And then you can see the people here who are active. You can see the teachers. You can invite teachers to join you in this classroom. Maybe you teach one part and another teacher will teach another part. Or you can invite students. Over here, for example, I can invite some students. Maybe let me invite one of my email as a student, and then I will just invite this person, and this person is going to receive an email in his email that is requested to join this class. And once he opens it, there's a link there to join the class. Okay, so another way to invite a student to join the class, instead of typing an email or sending him an email from here, you can copy this link and you can easily share it with the students, so they can easily just copy and join the class. By copying the link, they can easily join the class. So right now, let's say they've invited the student tutorials algebra class. So as a student, once you see this, you can click on this and you will be able to join the class very easily. You join the class. Okay, join class. Yeah, join. Okay, so this is the classroom, Google Classroom. This is the view as a student. Now you have joined the class as a student, so all you can see is the stream, what is shared with you, and then the classwork that is given to you, and the people in the class. You can see all of them as well. Let's say at this point we have invited the student and he has already joined the class. You can see he's active. So we can, down here we can see the grades that you can see for, that you have shared with your students. Whatever grade that you have shared, marks, you can be able to see it over here. All the assignments, how you mark them, how you put in the rubrics, you will all see them over here. Over here you can see you can review, and then you can archive classes. You can come to settings, which you can get to from here, and you have access to this calendar that can give you you can schedule classes, you can schedule assignments if you want for your students very easily. And then to these settings here, you can be able to check out some settings like the class details. You can change it. You have the general settings, you can change it. Invitation codes, for example, if you, instead of sending the link or inviting someone directly, you can see the class code over here. Once the person has this class code, he should be able to use this, as we have said in the beginning, that with the code you can easily join any class of your choice. So with this code you can share, this is the code for this particular class, mathematics, and if you have different details you can still put. And you can say display code. This is class view. You can display the code for students to copy. You can copy the link and share, and then you can copy the code as well and share with the student, and very easily they can join. You can control the stream over here. Student can post and comment. Students can only comment. Only teachers can post or comment. You can control all this over here. So student and teachers can post. Is interactive enough, and we can see the benefits very soon. So you can create classroom, show condensed notification. You can receive notifications once there is a notification between your students, and you can disable that if you want. You can show attachment and details if you so wish. You can show deleted items as well. Down here you can see the option to control the grading. You can grade calculations. You have the option to choose whether to put in total points or weighted by category. Anyone, you can click on total points, or you can click on weighted by category as you so wish. So depending on how you define it accordingly, down there, so you can enable grade by category. You can control everything virtually from here. So once you're done, you satisfy what you have, you can click on save and you can come back to the classroom. So let's go back to the stream and try to set up something. Maybe we'll give an assignment. So this is the class code that we've just enabled to display. Whenever we click on this, for example, we want to put in the first announcement to the class, so we can just type welcome to this class, and I hope you will put in your best to learn. So once you put in your message here or your assignment, you have the option to specify, are you sending it to all the students or you are sending it to a particular student, this very message. So you have the option to play around with the settings, the font settings, font styles over here, and down here you have the option to put this on the drive. You can upload a file, a media, a picture or anything. You can add a link that the student can use to learn more on their topics or anything. You can add in a video or a YouTube video you can upload very easily. And down here you can post. You can post right now, or you have the option to post on schedule. You can schedule the post or you can save it as a draft, and later on you can get back to it and post. But for now I want to post it now, so I have just posted. So welcome to this class, and I hope you will put in your best to learn something. So let's try to look at it from the student perspective, from the student class, how he receives this particular message. So this is the student class, and you can just quickly refresh and you see the message, welcome to this class, and I hope you will put in your best to learn. So this is the message that comes from the teacher, and the student can as well write something to the class. If he so wish, he can write something, because that has been enabled from the teacher's point of view. He can write, he can upload anything, he can put in any kind of illustration to the class, or he can respond to the teacher's comment just now, and he said, thank you, sir. So you can just easily send it, and the teacher can easily see it. So let's try to look at the teacher's page from the classroom dashboard. Let's see. So you can see we have just received one comment from the student, and he said thank you, sir. So this is how to actually relate to the student. You can even share document. And the next thing is, you can, let's say we try to add another comment to the class, and we said find the course material below, and we try to upload a course material. From here we can check it from the drive or from the starred items that we have, but we can check from the system, and we can just click on this and upload. Let's say this is the course material, and the student can easily find it. So once we have this, and then we can just post immediately. All the students can be able to see this. So on the student perspective, you should be able to see it also. You will be able to see that the teacher has shared the course material with you, and you can just click to download it very easily. You can view it, and you can print it, and then you can open a new tab, and you can easily extract it to zip using this zip extractor, and you can right click on it to save it as image, because an image, so you can easily save it out and make use of it for yourself. So very easily. All right, so let's say we want to give in an assignment to the student so they can attempt and submit on time. So all we need to do is to come over to the class work over here, and then we can create the assignment down here. We'll click on the create button, and we can see the assignment over here. That's the first icon. So we can give it a title. After giving it a title, then we can specify the question. So this question is going to be attached to this assignment. So over here you have the option to select how many students you want to assign to, maybe to a specific student or to all the students. So in this case we go with all the students, and then we can specify the points. From maybe we can use 100 points, or we can use upgraded. For example, now I want to go with 10 points. This assignment is worth 10 points. So the due date, we can put a due date. Maybe we can put it for tomorrow. So this is the due date, or you can put another time that you want. So topic, we can say no topic, or we can create a topic for the students to be easily, so that they can get to it very easily. So we can put the rubric as well if you want to put in. We can reuse a rubric if you have it. You can import from a sheet, or we can create a new one. So let's try to create a new one. So over here you put the criteria, what you want the students to submit. For example, I want them to submit in a file, and then if you do submit, you get 2 marks. And we can add another criteria. We can say, let's say complete question, complete answer that is typed will get you 8 points. So making it a total of 10 points. So that's all for me. Once you answer this way, you get your 10 points, and then we can save this. And this rubric will be attached to this particular assignment, so the students can easily view the criteria and then they can work accordingly. So down here we have to add the file that we are going to refer the students for the assignment. So we click on this to upload the file again. So we can browse to the location where we have it. Let's say it's here. So we'll click on this and then we'll just upload directly. Got it? So it has been uploaded to the drive. Students can now view, and we can change the permission. The student can edit the file as well if they want. So once we are done putting in everything, we are satisfied with the text and all that, and then this criteria, so we can come over here and we can assign the assignment just now, or assign it on a later date, maybe tomorrow or later today. We can save it as a draft, but for our own case we just want to assign it now. We just assign now. Okay, so we have one assignment that is assigned to them. So when you click on it, you can be able to see the details. The student who have been assigned, you can see this one has been assigned. So you can see even the responses as the student responds. So let's try to look at it from the student perspective, from its end. What does it see? Because these are the instructions, maybe the student work. You can see the total points that is assigned to that particular assignment. So let's try to look at the student point of view. What did he see? So you can see it over here that a new assignment has been ascribed to you. An assignment, you can click in to see the details. Okay, so this is the material. You can check it, and maybe let's say you try to complete the assignment. So these are the rubrics that we just specified. You can add a class comment if you want, and you can go ahead and answer the question. And you can do private comment also to Epic Mentorship or to the teacher at this point. Okay, so you can go ahead and click on it and then do your assignment and then re-upload back to submit. Okay, so your work, you can add or create the submission. You can work on Google Drive, or you can work on Google Sheets, for example. So assuming you have done the assignment and you have submit, you can unsubmit if you want. You have submitted, you have responded to the assignment. And then over here as a teacher, when you refresh the page, what do you see? You can see turned in. One person has already submitted something for you to check in, and once you click, you'll be able to see and edit and do some work accordingly. So you can see that you can easily check your classwork. As a student, from the classwork, you can see we have one assignment. Okay, so this is one of the students who responded from the question, so you can easily assess and give him his mark, and that's all. Back to the classes. This is our class that for now. This is the class we are teaching. Another thing we didn't check is how to change the background of this theme. Okay, the theme of the class. So we can just click on select theme to see a bunch of themes that we can select from, depending on the kind of topic we are treating. This is generic, this is maths and science. So for example, we are dealing with mathematics, so we can check something like this and we can say select class theme, and it will change it immediately. Yeah, so you can see the whole thing has been changed to suit our work because we are dealing with algebra. Okay, so basically this is how to use the Google Classroom for teachers, to learn how to use it to upgrade their teaching abilities to the students. In this video, I want to share with you how to use the Google Drawings. Okay, so Google Drawing is an app that is mostly overlooked by people. I think basically maybe because it's not made among the key features of Google. Okay, you can check, for example, to access Google Drawings, all you need to do is to start by coming to your drive.google.com, or you can go to drawing.google.com, or from your drive you can come to new over here and you can come to more products and you can see Google Drawings from here. So once you click on this, you will have access to your Google Drawing platform. So this is a brand new Google Drawings platform. The first thing you need to do is to change the name of the document. For example, now it's untitled, but you can make it demo 1. Okay, and you can hit enter and you can see this is saved to your drive, and if you like you can move it to a particular folder. For example, you just click on this and within your drive you can create a folder. Okay, you can add to create a folder and you can call it My Drawings. And once you create this folder, My Drawings, you can move it here, and now it's moved to this folder called My Drawings. And as you work on this platform, it's going to be automatically saved in this folder called My Drawings. So over here you have the Canva where you need to write and do all your all sort of drawings. So what you need to look at from the at the bottom right, you can see this arrow changing. It's a feature that enables you to reduce or increase the canvas size. When you drag and drop, you can see it increases, but you can see it makes it much more smaller, but it zoomed out the effect. But if you want to see the real effect, the actual effect, you need to kind of reduce the width of it, and you can see how small this feature is going to be. So for example, I want to use this to make some little drawings, and over here you have a bunch of drawing options. Okay, just like the way you have in other Microsoft or other Google platforms, but right now you can do quite so much with this. So for example, let's say we want to use a line. I want to draw something like a pot, and I want to use let's say we use a scribble line, and we can start by, let's say, drawing a simple pot, though the drawing may not be that perfect, but you can see Google platform, you can see the Google Drawing is helping me to make it kind of perfect. All right, so you can make it, let's say we make it something like this, kind of round, and you can see it helped me to make it not really a pot, but like something like a cup. Okay, let's make it a cup then. Right, so you can make a handle from here, and you can just have it just like that. Okay, let's say a cup. All right, so once you finished your writing, you can have the format options, and you can change the sizing. You have options to change the sizing, the locations. You can play around with it and it will move accordingly, and you can lock the aspect ratio, indicating that you cannot change from the different part, because this cup is made of different components. Once you lock the aspect ratio, if you increase or decrease the size or change the position, it will all change as a single entity. Okay, so this is sizing, this is position. You can change the position accordingly, and down here you can change the drop show. Okay, you can change the drop show equally. You can increase it, bring in different kind of transparency and all that, and you can bring in reflection as well. You can add reflection, and you can see you have some reflection features, especially attached to the handle of the cup. So let's say we are not going to touch anything as regards this, and let's say we want to put in color to the cup. So you can select each feature and you can come to this coloration and you can insert color to it. You can see we have this red color, and we can name this other part of the cup to be maybe this color. All right, or you can make it also dark red. Okay, and you can see it's coming up, and you can make this also to be blue or something. Okay, so you can see the cup coming up. So you can bring in text added to this. Let's say we bring in a simple text. You can bring in the text box and you can just insert it over here, and you can call this a cup, and maybe you can reduce the size of the text. Okay, you can reduce the size, and you can play around with the font style. You can check the Arial and make it impact. For example, this is a cup, and you can play around with the sizing or decrease the sizing accordingly. So let's make it 19, and then you can bold, you can unbold, you can italize, you can underline if you so wish. All these features are also available on this, and you can use these other text editing features like the bold, the text, the boxes, and the alignment, and the text format options. You can visit them and try them for your liking. All right, so at this point you can try to move it and recenter it to a particular position, and this is a cup. Okay, so you have a bunch of other things to do. You can do all sort of things. So now you can bring in shapes also. You can bring in different kind of shapes. And once you come over here, these are lines. You can bring in image. You can upload an image from the computer and you can play around with it accordingly, right? So let's say we go to pictures and we check on a particular image. And let's say we bring in this image and you're free to bring it down, right? And you can resize also to your liking, right? So you can bring in and resize to your liking. You can bring in different kind of shapes from here. You can see all sort of shapes from here, and you can see them around. You can see all different kind of shapes. Let's say we bring in a circle, and you can just put the circle over here, and you can do all sort of things. Okay, you can bring the circle and you can edit the properties of this circle. Okay, you can see over here, for example, the fill color. You can make it transparent, and you can see it's visible. It is transparent, and we can make this curve also within this circle, right? You can fill it up if you so wish, and you can play around with the text coloration, the color of the circle. You can change it to red, and you can change the thickness of the line. You can make it 3 or more, and you can change the type of lines that you have. For example, you can make it broken line, okay, and so on. So you can check and see the effect. Okay, so this is just how to make some little things. So once you're done with this, you can have the option to do all sort of things. You can make a copy. You can open a different version. You can email this to someone, and you can download it in different formats: PDF, JPEG, PNG, and all that. Once you finish your drawings and all, you can make available offline. You can make version history. You can check the version history, and you can move to different folders, just like we've shown at the beginning. You can move to trash. You can publish to the web, so that you can have a link and you can share easily with people. Okay, you can have the other editing features, view features, insert features, like we've explained. You can bring in different kind of diagrams, charts, and tables and shapes as well. Okay, lines, word art, different kind of word arts. You can bring different kind of text formats, different kind of arrangement, different kind of tools, and many more. Okay, so feel free to try it. Just log in and go to Google Drawings, and you can start. Okay, you can just start. You can print, you can undo and redo, and you can play around with the zooming effect. You can zoom in and out as well. You can zoom in and out to any feature, and you can play around with, you can add comment and many more. And one of the most important part of this Google Drawing is that you can work around with people. You can share with people, and you can work collaboratively together on one document. Okay, you can comment, and you can have others respond to the comment while you work on the same document. So ladies and gentlemen, this is just a bit about how to use the Google Drawings. If you want to use it to experience the effectiveness and the beauty of it, just feel free to go to your Google. It's free. You can use it. Once you have a Google account, you can just try it.
So to access Google Drive, all you need to do is to come over to the search bar and type drive.google.com. Once you have your Gmail address open, you will be able to access your Drive directly. Another way you can access it is once you have your email opened, you can come over here directly to this Google Apps. You click on it, and you can see a bunch of apps that you can access directly from your device. And down here you can see the Drive. This is the Google Drive we're talking about. You're free to move it to any location of your choice. If you want to reposition it, maybe to have quick access to it, you can bring it up here. Another quick way to access it is you can click on it from here, from your Gmail account, and it will bring you directly to your Google Drive. So once you are in your Drive, what you first see is the list of suggested items that you have visited. This is the most recently visited items in your Drive that you have accessed. It will show you this, and then down here you have a list of folders that you stored in your Drive. All of them, all the folders, all the items that you have uploaded, you will be able to see them here. To the left here, you have the option to create a new file. You click on this new, and you can have the option to create a new folder where you can store files, or you can upload a file directly. When you click this, it's going to allow you to upload a file. For example, you can click on this, and then you navigate to a location in your computer where you want to upload a particular file. Maybe, for example, I want to upload this, and then you can click on this and you can just upload directly. See it uploading on this drive, right? So once you see the blue tick, it means it has uploaded. The second method in which you can do the same upload is to drag and drop the files. So for example, I can get to my desktop. If I want to bring in a file, I can just simply drag it and drop it. You can see once I drop, it will start copying that file directly, just like that. I need to copy it to my drive. You can copy this. You can do the same for folders. You can drag and drop any folder. You can just drag and drop it just like that, and it will just copy just like we did the other one. So there are two methods in which you can upload. You can upload a file, you can upload a folder, just like now I drag and drop a folder. I show how to drag and drop a folder. You can equally upload a folder using the same method. You click and you can navigate to, for example, where you have folders. You can click on this and it will upload the whole files within that folder. So the next thing is, on this new tab, you can create a new Google Docs, you can create Google Sheets, you can create slides for presentations, you can create Google Forms, you can do all that and even many more. You can do drawings and all this. So you can just have a look at it to understand the different functionalities that you have. So this is on new. You have over here your computers. You can actually see how much of your files you have saved, if you've actually synchronized with your computer. If you have a Google Drive app installed on your computer, you can be able to synchronize it, and you see, I will show you just in a bit how you can synchronize your folders from Google Drive to your computer. These are files that I shared with you. When other researchers or other colleagues of yours share files with you, this is where you see them. You can see them over here. All those files, you see them here. They are not present in your main drive. They are only present here in shared icons, your shared with me files. So, but you have the option to bring back any file by just clicking on it. Coming all the way here to click on make a copy. As you make a copy of this is going to go back to your main drive. This is going to save it in your main drive. So once you click and make a copy, it's going to go to your main drive and it will create a shortcut to that particular file that you have just made a copy of. So next, you have your most recently visited files. You can access your most recently visited files directly from recent here, and you have stored items. Stored items are actually items that you visit frequently, or you want to save for quick access. You can just put them on the stored items and you can access them very easily by just coming to stored items. But it's just like the stored items. Lastly, you have the trash. Trash is actually important to understand how it operates. If you delete a file from your drive, it directly comes to this trash, and you have 30 days to undo the deleting. If not, after 30 days, that particular file will be permanently deleted from your drive. All right. So down here, you have the storage calculator. You can see how much storage you have. Usually it's 15 gigabytes, which is quite a bit much when you compare to how much data we have. Not the videos, not the too much big data that you can have, but the most important data. With 15 gig, you should be able to have a lot and save more. What I usually do, I used to have more than one Google account. So if you want to store more, you can have more than one, and then you can store subsequently 15 gig on each one of them. And then if you are still buoyant, you want to buy more drive, you can still click on buy more, and you see you have the option to buy more. So down here to my drive, you have the option directly here to search. You can click on search and you can search directly any item that you want from your drive. You can click on advanced search. This is the option search. You can just click on it and you can do more of an advanced search in your drive or within the drive. This is advanced and it will help you to find whatever folder you are looking for. You can just search and you can just reset if you are not comfortable with it. So wherever your file is, you don't have to follow up one by one. You just type a part of that name and it will help you to search it very quickly. And then down here, you have the option to stay online. It means whatever you upload here will be synchronized with your computer. If you don't want it, you can off this. Okay, up here you can seek for support. And then here is one of the most important, these settings. This is where you get your Google Drive app on your computer. You just click on it and you have the options to go to settings over here. You can get backup and sync for Windows over here. But before we get the backup and sync, let me show you how you can access the keyboard shortcuts for Google Drive. Once you come to keyboard shortcuts, you have a lot of them that you can access easily. How to access your drive easily, from how you do selections over here to how to do the go to. You can just click on G, N or G and F to navigate between a pen. You can move from up to that, or you can check your upload status by just typing G space U, and you can check your download status by typing G and A, or top of the page GT. Once you click on this, it could just take you. You have options to check on applications. These are the shortcut keys. You can create a file, you can create a folder, you can create a presentation, you can create a form. These are shortcut keys. You can upload a file directly. This is a shortcut key to upload a new file, to upload a new folder. You can check menus directly. You can check actions from here. Now the first thing you need to do is to start by getting your backup and sync for Windows. So you click on get backup and sync, and this is where you have access to download the backup and sync and the drive for desktop. Okay, you just click on download here and you have it downloaded here. Okay, once you are done downloading, you just click on show in folder and it will take you to that particular place where you download it, and you can just double click to install. It's just a click through install as well, so you can click and it will just install on your drive directly. So once you install this on your drive, the Google Drive setup, once you install it, you will be able to access it just by coming to your desktop and coming over to search bar here and just searching on Google Drive. Okay, so you can see it here, Google Drive. As you open, it will synchronize your data directly from the cloud to your computer. Okay, so once you click on my drive, you see all those files that you have on your drive just now. So all the files you have here are equally present here. So but the only difference is these ones are present on the cloud, but they are not actually occupying your system's space. You can easily access them by merely clicking or opening it once you are online. You can open it and access them. But then if you want to keep a copy of it on your computer, or you want to have an offline access, then you have to open it offline access. So once you want to have an offline access, you will just click on available offline. Once you click on available offline, this particular file will be available for you even when you're offline. So it will be synchronized to the cloud, and it will be available on your computer. So anytime you can access it. But all others, you have to be online to be able to access them. So they don't occupy any space on your computer. That's the advantage. You just need a small network and you can open them and do whatever operations you want to do. Once you're done, you close. And another thing to just share now, you can add files without actually dragging and dropping on the cloud. You can add your files on this Google Drive desktop file. Okay, so you can just drag this letter and drop on this drive, and it will automatically synchronize and keep it on the cloud. Once you drag and drop, it will, so you don't need to drag and drop on the cloud, on the web page. You can just drag and drop here and it will synchronize it automatically. Once you're online, it will just synchronize and save a copy for you online. The same thing goes to folder. You can drag and drop any folder here and it will synchronize it automatically. It will be online. So you want to check to confirm that, you can come over to this show hidden icons and you can click on it. You can come over to the drive here. Once you click on this drive, you will see that this letter we just uploaded has just been synchronized and it is available online. So all my files, the ones I want synchronized, are already synchronized here. So if you want to add in more files to your Google Drive, you can just drag and drop on this file and it will synchronize it. Or you can do the other methods. Okay, and then up here you can have the option to click and you see your preferences. You can see error list. You can pause sync. You can pause synchronization. If you don't want a particular folder to be synchronized to the cloud, you can easily pause it. Okay, and you can quit the drive directly from here. If you don't want a particular folder to be synchronized, you can easily do that. And if you want to share with people or you want to manage versions, you can do all that from here. Okay, you want to update, as you are updating a particular document, it's equally updating on the cloud. So you have the most updated versions of the document on the cloud. So this is the settings where you find everything in the get backup and sync folder. So this is how to actually get backup and synchronize. Up here in the settings, you have the options to monitor your storage, to convert uploads, okay, to Google Docs or any other one, to select languages, to select your offline preferences and all that. You can manage notifications, how you want to be notified in your emails, the apps that you have, how you want to manage them. You can do all that from the settings. Another thing you can do is you can change the view of this your my drive. You can have the grid view. Once you click on this grid view, it will change everything to the bigger folder view. Yeah, I think this looks good. Some people still prefer the other one, okay, the list view. So this one is also good, but if you are the fan of the other one, you can easily click and it will change it accordingly. Down here to your left, you have your calendar and you have keep. Keep is a very fantastic function of part of Google that you can easily keep your passwords, you can easily keep your settings, any other thing that you want quick access to, you can easily keep it here. And once you just get to keep.google.com, you can easily access and you can make use of it. And down here you have the tasks. Task is an easy method of managing your tasks that you do daily on daily basis. For example, once you click on it, it will open up the tasks. You can add a particular task. For example, you want to make a video or you want to write paper. Okay, you put the details of it here. What do you want to write? Okay, you can put the details of it and then you put in the date. When do you want to write? Maybe on 14th. And you can set the time, maybe 11:30 a.m. And once you are done, you can click on OK and it will add this to your list of tasks. Okay, you have write paper, you have making videos, and once you're okay, you are done with a particular task, you can easily click here to mark it as complete and it will strike it out. And you can do other things here. You can delete a particular task or you can add a sub task to it. To share your files with a group of people that you're working with, all you need to do is to come over to any file you want to share. For example, files that I shared, you will see it has this icon that it is being shared with others. And once you click on it, you can view details and you can see how much people are viewing this file. So these are the people that have access to this file, about 16 or 20 of them. They have access to this file. So you can see how many people are accessing and the activity also here. You can see the activity when this person access, when this person access, you can all see their activity. So you have the option to share your files. You can just right click and you click on share directly, where you can provide the email address of the people you want to share, or you can just get a link. When you click on get a link, you have the option to copy this link directly to share with person or people, and once they click, they can be able to access this file. But then you can control the access of this file for that particular viewer. Is it going to be just to view? He can only view, he cannot edit, he cannot do anything. You can set it at that. If you want more, you can click on this drop down and you can click on to be a commenter. He can view, he can comment on that document, but he cannot edit. He can view and he can put in his comments, but he cannot edit. And you can select the editor if you want that particular person to be able to edit. Okay, once you are able to, you tell that yes, you set it that this person should be an editor of this document, then he will be able to edit on that particular document. And once you are done, you copy this link and you share with your friends, and then this document becomes shared with your colleagues. And once it is shared, you will see this icon shown here. So you will see that these people, these are shared files. These are not shared, these are shared files. And once you click, you see the people that I shared the files with. So once you click any particular folder, you can be able to check on its properties. You can even change the coloration so that you can easily access it, or you can easily see it to be able to know within the files which folders you can easily access. So you check here, you can see it colored directly. Okay, you can just right click and you have the option to remove this file if you want to remove it, and it will send it to the trash. You can download it to your computer if you want to download easily. You can rename it. You can add to stead. Add to stead means it is quick access. Once you want to access it easily, you can just go to stead and you see it just like start. You can move it to a particular folder. Once you click, it will ask you to select where you want to move it. the available folder you can move it is on Epic Mentorship. So you can easily drag move it to this place, and once you are done here, you are satisfied, you want to move it here, you click on move and it will move it directly. Okay, so still on the right click, you can do open with. You can select the applications you want to open with, or you can share, you can get link. Just now we have shown, you can show folder location, you can show exactly where this file is. You can add to, and you can do that for nearly all the files. You can select more than one file, and you can drag and drop to another file, to another folder. You can drag all these at once, and you can drop them on this folder just like that, and all of them will be moved to that particular folder. So to access your Google Drive using your phone, all you need to do is to open your phone. You can go to the Play Store app, you can click on it, and then you search for Google Drive. So you see it over here, and you can see it down there. You can download and install. You can see it opening, you can download and install, but because I've installed mine already, so let's go ahead and open it. All right, you should just make sure that you are signed in with that particular email that we are talking about. So once you are signed in with that email, it should be able to bring you into this particular view of your Windows, where you can see all your folders, just like we have seen in just now with the computer. So you can have access to all of them on your phone directly. And up here, you can have the opportunity to actually look at the recent activities, just like we have. We can have offline mode. You can see your recycle bin, you can see your backups, you can check out some your settings, and you can see your storage condition here. Down here, you have the option to get to home wherever you are from the drive, and you can check your stat item, and you can check on shared documents that I shared with you directly, and you can check on your files directly from here. Here, you will be able to have a list of all your folders. Okay, you can change the view from the normal list view to grid view. This is grid view. You can go back to the list view if you want, and then you should be able to navigate and see all your folders down here. You can do all sorts of things from these three dots. You should be able to do other things, just like right click. You can copy the folder, you can add to shared documents, you can share with your friends.
There are basically two methods in which you can open a Google form for you to invite participants to register for events and to keep in their details, which you can keep, and you can use it to remind them in cases of the event coming up. You can use the contact number or the email address they provided, so you can remind them and then send in messages to them easily. So the first method is to come over to your Google Drive. If you are on drive.google.com, you can come over to new here, and you can see the different bunch of options we have here. And down here we can see Google Forms, and once you hit on the Google form, you are going to see a number of options. You can start from a blank form, and you can take from a blank quiz and edit it, or you can start from a template. So for example, let's say we want to start from a template, and there are very many templates that we can choose from. Maybe contact information, you can have find a time and event registration. For example, we can check on this, and we can see the details, everything taken. And once you input your details here, you can submit to the organizer so that he can have your details. But for this case, we are going to go on a fresh blank page so that we can start and create a new form from the scratch. The second method in which you can get to these forms, you can come to the browser and say docs.google.com/forms. And once you hit enter, it's going to bring you up to the Google Forms page. So you can have the option to kickstart from recent forms that you have designed, or you can work on a different existing template, which you can check the gallery over here. There are a lot of templates that like we've just shown, and we can start from a blank page. So now in case we're starting from a blank page, from here, for example, we can say new, and we can go straight to forms, and we can hit on this arrow and say start from a blank page. So the first thing we need to do is to give the form a name. Okay, so we can just give it, maybe let's say meeting 001, This is our first meeting, and we can give it a title over here. Say Kinte Valley Toastmasters Club meeting. Okay, down here you have to give the form description. What kind of information you want to share with your participants or your audience. You paste, say for example, welcome to our club meeting. Kindly fill in your details as per below, so we can put in the details that we want to request from the participant. So the first question is an untitled question, which we can change to our liking. For example, we want to give it a full name, and automatically detect and makes it a short answer. So you have the option to choose from different answers. You can give long answers like a paragraph, and you can give multiple choices. You can give check boxes, and you can give options. And for in this case, because we are just asking of a simple name, we can go with short answer. You can just provide the answer here, and down here you have the option to duplicate this question, or to delete it if you want, or to make it a requirement. Before a person can submit this form, he has to fill up this part. Okay, so next is we can add a picture to this to signify something if you want, if you have a picture. So the next is to add a question. You can do that by just hitting on this plus sign. You just hit, and then you can add a question. For example, we can say you can put your phone number, and we can keep it at a short answer as well, giving the same because it's just a short answer, just the phone number. And then we can add another question, and we can say academic background. For example, we can say academic background. We can give in options. Are you an engineering student, or you are an art student, or you are an education student? All right, in each case you are free to delete or remove the option and then choose another one, but in this case you can just leave it. You can delete by just hitting on this remove, or you can reshuffle by just coming here and dragging this to the top. You can put it to the top, or you can bring it down to the bottom, or you can just resize the location accordingly. Okay, so let's say it's going below this. Okay, so let's say this one goes up after it, name, phone number, and then academic background. You can choose from this. There are a series of things you can add. For example, you can import a question from a given question from another form. You can import a question into this form and create it, and then you can add a text or a title. Once you click on this, it's going to give you the opportunity to add a title. So for example, at this point we want to give in a new title. Let's say personal information, and then you can give a description. Let's say personal information. You can give a description. So this part is about yourself. So we can add a question from here. For example, we can say number of children. Okay, you can say number of children. You can give the number, or we can give in options, maybe multiple choice. You can say option 1, 2, maybe option 2 you can give it 3, option 4 we can say 5. So you can choose from anyone. All right, just like that. We can keep adding multiple questions. You can add another question if you want. You can just check, and okay, let's ask the question, why this club? Okay, and we want to make it a paragraph. Okay, this is a long question, so why this club? Give us your answer. Why did you choose this club? Okay, so to make this a requirement, we can make it a requirement. You must have to fill in this part before this form can go out. Again, you can bring in image to this form. You can bring in any image you want to this form, and you can bring in videos as well. So let's try to bring in an image, and let's see what happens. So you can browse from photos, or from Google Drive, or from Google image search, and bring in any image. But for example, let's try to bring in a picture from one of our, all right, let's say we want to talk about Foxit PDF, and we can bring it in. Okay, and we just put it. You can bring in picture to this very easily. You can even bring in a video, or you can add a different section. For example, we have given enough questions on this section. Maybe people don't like to answer too many questions on the same page, so you can put in a next section, a next to this page, so that the people can go to the next section and answer other questions. So for example, we add a section. When we add a section, we have to give it a section. So this is motivation, or let's say, to what end are you attending our meeting? Okay, so you just give us your reason, and that will be tell us about your experience. Okay, tell us about your experience, paragraph. The next thing we can look at is we can have responses. This will tell us how many people have responded, and we have the option to keep this open, to keep accepting responses, or to close it so that the responses participants can no longer submit responses. Or we can go to the settings straight, and in these settings the most important part is you can make this a quiz, which you can enable, or you can control the responses. Over here you can limit the response to only one person. If you submit a response, you cannot resubmit again. You can check in the presentation, and you can show progress bar and shuffle questions as you want. You can do all this. If you want, you can disable autosave for all respondents. If you want, you can do from here. And down here you have form defaults, which you can edit. Question default setting applied. Okay, so this is how it is. You can do so many things over here. You can edit and change things on your own depending on your choice and liking. Now over here you can play with the theme of the form. You can change the header. For example, we can bring in a header to this. This is a work or school related thing, so we can choose any from this. Or if you have an already designed header, you can bring it in as an insert. Once you insert it, it's going to take up as our header. You can see it from the main question. Okay, so you can put in a header which we have uploaded. You can change the coloration of the theme. Okay, you can bring in new color if you want. All right, you can add this and it will change everything. You can change background color if you want to any coloration. You can change the font style. I recommend you go with the basic, which is quite easy to understand and easy to read. You can go with the basic. And then down here is where you can see the preview of the form. After you finish, this is our form 101. You can see a preview of it. Once you click on this, it's going to show you the preview. This is required: full name, phone number. Okay, are you an engineering or art student? Personal information about yourself, number of children. You can just choose 2 or 3. Okay, you can why this club, you give your reasons, and then you can click on next to go to the other part. But this is a requirement, so you have to put in your reasons why you choose this club. Okay, so this is just a sample of the form that you have to fill on your own. Okay, so for example, let's say I have this link and I fill in my details, and then I said I'm engineering student, and then a number of children, I said 2. Why this club? I want to learn the experts. And then we can go to the next, which you can see the next part, your motivation, to what end. Perfect my speeches, something like that. Once you're done, you can click on submit, and then you can say your response has been recorded. So you can come back over here and you can see immediately one response has been recorded from this. And once you check, you can see it's me that I just filled up, and it can give the details of what I just filled up. You can see based on the question how I responded from this question to the next, to the next, to the next, and you can see based on individual, okay, how they responded. It's just only me who responded, so you can see all others is 1 of 1 if you can, and you can stop the response from here, like I said, and you can generate a spreadsheet for yourself if you want. Maybe later I can show you an example of how a spreadsheet can be generated. So this is a spreadsheet for just one respondent. You can see the details of it over here. And the next is, once you're done, you can just come over here to send. Under the send icon, you have the option to collect the email addresses. If you enable this, it's going to save in the email addresses of the respondents. And then the first thing is you can send this as a mail directly to this email. You can just type the email and then you put in a subject, or you can just put anything you want. And then once you're done, you can add other participants, other collaborators as well, people who can edit and work on this form, or you want to share with them this very form. You can just put in their details, and once you're done, you click on send. But the most contemporary method is to use this link. Okay, you can see the link. Anyone with this link can get access to this form and can fill it up. We usually shorten it to make it a bit shorter, so it can easily be copied and shared accordingly. And then if you have a website, a HTML website, you can easily copy this embedded code and paste it in the website so that you can easily have the form, and anyone with the link as well can click and fill up this form directly. You can share on Facebook, you can share on Twitter, you can just copy the link as we used to do and then share it with anyone. So if you have this very link, you paste it anywhere, it's going to give you the same form. But because we have just responded, that's why it when we have enabled single response, that's why. All right, so this is about sending the form and getting the link. And then down here we have the settings, which we have explained. Okay, this is one of our meetings, and we have a number of respondents, about 10 of them, and you can just click and you see the respondents. These are by individual. You can see the summary of the respondents, those who responded, and their phone numbers as well. You can see all the details down here, and you can see the responses based on questions: question 1, question 2, question 3, about phone number. You can see all their phone numbers and many more. You can see individuals, you can see their details, and you can move from number 3, number 4, number 5, and thereabout. And once you're done, you can lock up and stop accepting responses if you want, and if you want, you can still continue. So that's about Google Forms. Very easy to create. Once you just go to the website, you can easily create, and you can put in all the details as to questions you want, and then you can respond accordingly. So you can do many more things. For example, over here you can do file upload. You can you can ask the respondents to upload a file, maybe a certificate or any kind of document, a passport or something like that. You can ask them to upload. And you can do linear scales, you can do multiple choice grid. You can give in a grid so that they can choose from the multiple choice. You can do checkbox grid, they can choose from a number of boxes. You can ask them to put their date of birth. Maybe you can specify the date and timing and something like that. All these are possible based on your question and what you want to include in this form. It's very easy to create. In today's video, we are going to look at the Google Jamboard. Google Jamboard actually is a very interesting app that you can use to brainstorm ideas and share your ideas with your group or your team at work or in school. And then you can export it easily. You can collaborate very easily. You can collaborate with your friends, with your team members on a particular same work sheet. To get to Google Jamboard, all you need to do is to come over to your browser and just type jamboard.google.com. You just hit enter, and you should make sure you are signed in with your Google account. Once you are signed in with your Google account, then it will bring you to this, and then it says you don't have a jam yet. So to create a jam, all you need to do is to come over to this plus icon at the bottom right. You just click on it, and it will bring you into this very fresh frame. Okay, this is a fresh frame that you can see as usual when you have a Google app being opened for a start, just like we did in Google Drive and all the other ones, Google Forms. All you need to do is to come over here and give it a name. For example, you can say, for example, let's say this is our Toastmasters meeting brainstorming. So this is the name that we just give to our Jamboard. So down here to your left, you can see a bunch of items that you can play around with, and you can easily bring them into the board. The first one you can see is the pen. When you click on this small arrow by the side of it, it's going to bring in different kind of pens that you can select, and even the color that you can select. This is the pen, this is marker, this is highlighter. Okay, this is a brush. You can easily choose a pen, maybe to start writing something, and anything you can write on your own for illustration. And you can choose the coloration. You may want to write in a different color very easily. And you can use the eraser at any given point to erase a particular act. Another beautiful feature that I always want to use and I enjoy using is the use of the sticky notes. You can bring in sticky note. You can start writing anything. Our first meeting. Okay, you can play with the background color. You can change the color to anything. And once you are done, you click on save. And you can cancel. And it's going to show this as your first frame. you are free to increase the size or to decrease it according to your liking. So you can keep it, let's say we'll keep it here, our first meeting, then we'll give details about this meeting, who will be the counter, who will be the role players, who will be the speakers, and who will evaluate this meeting. That's going to be our first meeting. So over here you can rotate it, maybe you can tilt it to any side. You can come to these three dots and you have the option to edit what is inside, to duplicate what is inside, or to delete sticky note at all completely. So you can duplicate this and you can move it around and you can call it something else. So you can just click on this and say edit, and you can call this our second meeting, and you save this. So this is our second meeting, and we can give the details later. So over here you can add an image into this. You can bring in any image. For example, I want to bring in image. You can bring in image from, you can upload the image manually, or you can bring in image from a Google search, or from a Google Drive, or from a Google Photos. Okay, so easily you can, or you can search from a file. Okay, so let's say we want to upload the photo. We just click, we bring in this photo when I'm speaking. Okay, so we can just put this at the bottom here, our first and second meeting. What will happen? So you can bring in images to this and add to your frame, and then over here you have the circle, or you have some elements that you can add in. Over here you can bring in shapes and add to your frame, and once you click here you have a circle, but then you can bring in different images. For example, you click on this little arrow and you will see you can bring in arrow, you can bring in half circle, you can bring in a square, or anything of your choice. Okay, maybe that will help you to illustrate very nicely. And you can bring in text also. You can add in text to anything. You can say maybe speakers, who will be the speakers. You can line them up and put more. Maybe you can say, so you can adjust and then you can pan it. Okay, we have our first speaker or something like that. So down here we have the laser tool. The laser tool will enable you to highlight a given case as you are explaining in your frame. So for example, we are talking about our first meeting, so you can see it helps us to just highlight that this is our first meeting and this is our first speaker for the first meeting. This is our first speaker, this is why we have our speaker. So it just helps you to sort of demonstrate what is going on over there. So we have our second meeting and we can concentrate on the key features that we have. So up here you can clear the whole frame to make it free, and you can set a background for the frame. You can make it something like this, mathematical notebook, or you can make it to appear. You can clear it and you can undo with just Ctrl+Z, and you can put in the normal display on the text, the arrangement, the text color. You can resize and align it, and over here you can zoom in to any size. You can put 25-50%, or you can fit to the screen, or you can zoom in or out according to your liking, and you can redo or undo just like we have Ctrl+Z and Ctrl+V. So over here you have the list of frames that you have on this particular Jamboard, on this particular frame. So you can add a frame by just coming here, create a new frame, and it will create a different frame for you. Maybe we can click on this and then we can give it third meeting. Then click on save, and it added this as our third meeting. We can bring it to the center and we can put in the text to signify speakers. For example, speaker 1, Roshan, and so on. So you can bring in this, and you can see the arrangement of the frames. Once you click on this, you will see the various frames that you have. This is frame 1, this is frame 2. You can navigate easily from frame 1 to frame 2, and you can always take it back to the previous look, or you can move to the previous frame easily. And then down here, once you're done with your frame writing and all, you can share with your colleagues as well, or you can invite your team members to be able to contribute to your work as you are working. So to share with your team members, all you need to do is come over to click on this share. Right now it's private, it has only access, given access to me. You can invite others to join by clicking or copying this link and sharing it with them. You can change the controls by coming over here, and you can say anyone with this link can edit. So once you're done, you say done, And you can do the same sharing by inviting your friends through their emails. Once you just type the email, it's going to invite them directly. So for example, we are inviting this guy, and we'll put in some message if you want, and once you're done, you click on send, and it's going to send it to him. He can participate in the editing. As I'm editing, as I'm changing things, he's equally seeing it, and he's equally making input, and I can see his input right away in this Jamboard. So over here you have more options that you can do. You can rename the board, and you can download it as a PDF. You can, once you click on this, it's going to download it as a PDF, or you can save a frame as an image. Okay, you can select any frame and you can save it as an image. For example, I can save this frame as an image, and it's just going to download it for me over here as an image, so I can always refer to it and I can do whatever I want with it, and it's a very clear image that you can see. Still on the drop down, you can remove a particular frame, you can make a copy of it, and then you can do others, see different history or versions of your jam, and you can seek different help from Google, and they will respond to you very easily. Lastly, we have the present to a meeting. If you click on the drop down, you have the option to present this idea to a meeting. Okay, if you have an upcoming meeting, you can just join the meeting, and then you can present this whole idea brainstorming with your team members in that meeting very easily and very nicely. So ladies and gentlemen, this is about Google Jamboard. You can brainstorm your ideas with your friends, with your colleagues, with your team members very easily, and you can share and collaborate with them. Today we are going to look at how to use Google Keep for beginners. This is a very simple application that you can easily have access to from your Gmail account, or you can have access to it on your phone also by having just the Google Keep app on your phone. So very easily you can have it, you can download it and install. Later on I will show you how to download and install. Google Keep basically is just for us to keep our notes, to keep our schedules, to plan our tasks, for meetings, for everything. You can document, you can store your key secrets, even your passwords, you can put them there. You can put in events, you can schedule events, you can set reminders and all that. Very easily you can do that. So to access Google Keep, you can just come to your browser and just type keep.google.com. You can access it from here directly, or you can access it from a bunch of ways. Maybe other ways, maybe you are on Google Drive, and you can easily access Keep directly from here. You can see the yellow icon. Once you click on it, it's going to open your Keep directly for you. But for now, we are going to remain on the main website, and here you can see the platform. Everything is here. You can see the list of notes. This is the main page that you have, and you can see the reminders that you have set. You can see labels. I will talk about this later. And then you can see archives, where you can put in where you can archive some of the notes that you don't want to be shown at the main notes page. And then you can see trash, and when you deleted a note, it comes directly to trash, and then after 7 days it gets deleted completely. So to start with, let's try to create a note, but maybe I can log into one of my accounts to show the notes that I have. Right, so I just opened one of my emails, that one of my Google Keep, so that we can have an idea of what we are talking about. So to the left, I've just explained the main features that you will find when you open, and then to the right, where you have the main page that contains all your notes that you have. You can start by taking notes here. You just click on this, and then you can give it a title. For example, I can give this a title and then I can write about the new coming videos. For example, once I finish putting all this, there's a bunch of things that I can do. For example, when we look to the bottom of it, you can see you can set this as a reminder to keep you updated to remind you at a certain time. When you click on this, you'll see it can give you a reminder for today or tomorrow or next week, or you can pick a date and time, or you pick a place. Next to it is the collaborator tab. You can click on it to add collaborators. All you need to do is to put in their email, and they'll receive a pop-up requesting them to collaborate with you on this project, and they can help you to take notes while you are busy with other things as well. They can see your notes and you can see theirs as well. So it's a very, very interesting feature to collaborate, to share notes with your team members, and you can all access it very easily. Next is we have the change color icon. You notice we have different colors on my main tab, so you can very easily you can change the color of your notes. You can change it to any color, the looks, you can change it to this color. And next to it is you can bring in photos that you can put at the top for ease of recognition as well, to know which kind of which particular note you are working on. For example, you can click to add an image. If you have an image somewhere, you can just directly navigate to that place and click on it, and you can just bring it in to serve as your main image for these notes. So you can bring in images, and then lastly you can archive a particular note. For example, this note, if I don't want it to be seen at the main notes page, I can easily archive it and it will go straight to my archive. When you click on this, you can see it. I can easily archive it and it will go back to my main notes, and you can see it back here, right? So very easily, even if you archive it by mistake, you can still bring it back if you want. Bottom right here, you can click on the 3 dots and you have a range of other things that you can do. For example, you can delete a note, you can add labels to it. When you add labels, for example, you can say, and you create this, you can easily see it coming up here. So very easily you can know that this is where you're working on, this is the channel and once you click on this, it's going to bring in, for example, you click out, when you come to this channel work, it will easily bring you into the main notes that you are taking in. So once you put in a label, it's going to bring it back to the main listings here, and you can easily navigate to get to where you are, to get to that particular note. Okay, still back to this, and we can delete a note, we can change labels, we can add drawings. If you are the type that usually write some things for your team members, or while you are having meetings or you are discussing, you always want to write notes, you can easily do that with different kind of writing parts. You can write with anything. You can select the pencil or pen size here, and then you can start writing anything. You can do your description and you can see whatever you want to write, and once you're done, you can always click out here and you see it over here. Very easily you can see what you have written, and you can easily go back to it if you want. Next is you can add drawing. We talked about how you can add drawings, and then you can make a copy of this notes that you have taken, and very easily you can refer to it, or you can edit the content accordingly. You can show checkboxes within the items that you have listed inside the notes. So very easily you can enable show checkboxes, or you can remove it if you want. You can grab an image text if you want, and you can copy it to Google Docs. For example, once you open this, it can open on Google Docs that you have. So that's about the main features. Up here to the top left, you can refresh easily because this is an automatically saved content. As you are editing the content, it is saving automatic. Once you are online, everything is being saved as you edit the content. So next to it, you can see the list view. That's what we have. And if you want to see the other grid, the list view, this is what you have. This is what I prefer, the grid view, which is this, and it's very fantastic. I can see the movement, and you can pin this note to your main task, to your main notes bar. You can pin it, or you can unpin it if you want accordingly. Once you hover over the notes section, you can see all these details, and then down here, in addition to the list view, you can see the setting gear. When you click on it, you can see settings that you can enable from here. You can enable dark theme if you are working at night and you don't want to have disturbance or thereabout. You can easily enable the dark mode so that you can concentrate to work peacefully, but I prefer the main mode, so you can always bring it back. You can send help, feedback, app downloads, and keyboard shortcuts. So this is a very easy way to start and access the Google Keep. It's very fantastic. Like I said before, you can do the same. You can use the same features on your mobile phone. You can download the same app and you have the same feature and you can access it. All this information that you have on this particular account will be automatically updated and reported on your phone app as well. You can access anywhere. So let me just show you how to use the Google Keep on your mobile phone. So to use it on the mobile phone, all you need to do is to come over straight to your Play Store, and you can just type, you can just go straight and search Google Keep, and you see it over here, the first option. You can just select and then you install it the normal way you used to install apps, but because I have already installed mine, so I just need to open it. Okay, so once you click on the refresh button, you can see the updated and refreshed version of the notes. As you can see on the system, is equally exactly what you see on the phone, because this is what we have, the updated version. So on the phone also you have a range of options. You can change the view of the notes to the main tab to the list view, or you can go ahead and click on this plus sign to enable to add a new note. You can click on it and just go straight directly and add a title and then start writing the notes, just like we have explained. And once you're done, you are free to come over to the plus sign down here to the bottom left. You can see the option to take a photo, add an image, put in drawings, recordings, and then tick boxes. You can put all that, and then over here you can change coloration just like we have explained, and you can bring in backgrounds to it as well. You can add backgrounds, put in colors, and then you can edit. You can come to the three dots where you have the options to easily delete a particular note, make a copy, send a copy, invite collaborators, and put in labels just like we have explained on the system. All right, and then top here you can pin it. You can pin the examples. You can add, click on this at the top, plus sign and the bell sign at the top. You can set in reminders at the morning, evening, and you can set a place or a date just like we have explained. Lastly, you can archive this particular note if you want. It all depends on you. Okay, so the updated version will always be refreshed on the main page, because this Google Keep is easily synchronized directly as you are working. So very easily you can have it synchronized. So it's a very fantastic feature that you can have for yourself. You can always access it using any device. Once you have internet, you can easily log in and check in your Keep. You can visit your schedules, you can visit your notes, you can check your passwords. If you have, you can easily store them over there, and easily you can access and change or use them anytime you like. In this video, I want to share with you how to create the map of your own place using Google My Maps. Google My Maps is actually a new feature that is recently introduced in the Google apps by Google. It's a web-based mapping platform and consumer applications that is used to generate or to create satellite imagery of places, aerial photography, street maps, and about 360 degrees interactive panoramic views of streets. Okay, real-time traffic information you can find on these Google My Maps. So to access it, all you need to do is to come to your drive and you come to this new icon. Okay, you can come to drive.google.com. You can come to, this is different from Google Maps. This is Google My Maps. Okay, so you come to, if you want to check on Google Maps, you can check the description. I've made a video about that, but this is Google My Maps. You can come to more option and you come to Google My Maps. Okay, you just click on it. Okay, and the first thing you see once you get to Google My Maps is here. Okay, you can just give it a name. You have to rename. Now, right now it's an untitled map, so you have to give it a name. So you can make it places I have visited. Okay, you can put in places I have visited around the world. Okay, and then you can save. Okay, so you can see it has taken it, places I have visited. And the first thing, you can add a layer, which you have seen one here. A layer is just You can add places to this layer. You can just like a space where you can add places that you have visited. Okay, so for example, you can import the data or the longitude and latitude of the locations you have visited. But for example, for this, let's say we want to search a particular place. Let's say Langkawi in Malaysia. Okay, Langkawi Kedah, Langkawi Island, and you can see the location Langkawi. And let's say I have visited this. You can add this to my map. Okay, you can just click on add to my map, and you can add different kind of you can bring in images to this so that you can make it quite interesting or very nice to view. So you can click on this small arrow to add an image or a video. So let's click on it, and you have a bunch of features to add an image or video. You can bring in, you can upload from your computer. If you have an image URL, you can easily put in, or if you have a photo, you can check and put in, or if you have saved a photo within your drive, you can easily use that to navigate and bring it in. Okay, so or you can use Google image search, which is one of the best. You can just come over here and you can search the place. Okay, so let's say Langkawi, and just click to search, and you can see a bunch of images. So but this is the edifice of Langkawi, so let's take on this. You click on this and then we'll select this, and you can see it has added it as part of our maps. You click on this to save, and this is part of the things we have saved. Okay, so this is added to our map. So let's call it let's call this layer first my vacation. So you save this. So these are places within the places I visited. This is my vacation. Okay, I've been to Langkawi, and you can check and add another place. So you can see like Langkawi is this, and let's say we want to add another layer. Okay, and let's say we want to add another place. So right now we can close, and let's say I've been to Genting Highland. Okay, let's say we've been to Genting Highlands, and you can see the location over here, and you can add this to my map as well. I've been to this place, so you can add this to my map. So in addition to Langkawi, I even have visited Genting Highlands, and we can bring in some images also to back up that. So click on the photo sign and we'll go to the URL and we'll just search for Genting Highland. Okay, and you can see a bunch of images. So let's say we are taking this, the one with the cable cars, and we just select it and add it as part of our image of the location, and we can easily save this. Okay, so you can see the location, it has just added, and we can just click out. And one of the key things that you should pay attention to is this individual styles. Okay, you can see right now we have two places, Genting Highland and Cameroon and Langkawi, but you can see the maps, they are the same color, and which makes them quite difficult to differentiate. If you want to separate them, you can easily come to individual styles and you can check on styles. Maybe you can say uniform style, or you can say sequence of numbers, or you can say individual styles, or you can say style by data column or by description. You can separate them. Okay, so let's say we'll put an uniform style, or you can see right now it's individual style. You can put labels. Okay, you can set labels. You can put names and descriptions if you want, and over here you can click on each location to add color to it. So let's say we click on this and we'll give it a red color, and when you click out, you can see that it's easily recognizable by the red color. And you can click on this and give it maybe a yellow color, and you can see it can be easily located or recognized. Or you can use any of these popular icons so you can be able to see it. So let's say we use this one, and you can see it separates it from the other one, and you can easily separate or recognize the two of them. This is the first one, and you can see this is Genting Highland easily, and this is Langkawi easily. You can see it separated with the red map icon, and you can see the image as well. So this is how to add, and you can easily bring in, you can add more layer to maybe another place that you have visited or another place that you have lived also, and you can bring in different kind of marker. Okay, you can add marker to any location. Alternatively, you can add a location by just clicking on this and dropping at that location, and it's going to name it within your marker. Okay, so let's say we click and drop it anywhere. Okay, so let's say here, and we can drop it and make it maybe Penang visit, and you can give a description if you want and save it. So you can say it has added a place, Penang visit. So you can check on base map and you can change this map from this view to maybe Google Map view, and you can see easily the places we have highlighted, and you can easily share this map with people. You can use these icons to zoom in and zoom out of the locations and to see clearly. All right, and let's say you have identified these places, and for ease of recognition you can see them very easily. This is Penang, this is Langkawi, this is Penang visit, and the other one is you can just click on it, Genting Highland, and you can see the location over here, and you can see the location very easily over here. So this is Genting Highland. So very easily you can bring out this map, and at each layer you can click, you can see the different features. You can rename the layer, you can delete the layer, or you can open the data from that particular layer. Okay, so over here you have a different 3 dots. At these 3 dots you can create a new map, you can copy this map, or you can open a map or move to trash, or set this view as the default view whenever you open the map. Okay, so embed this within your website. Okay, you can print this map as well and make use of it. You have the option to use it to identify a given distance, okay, from one place to another. You can just click and you click from one place directly to another, and you hit enter, and you'll be able to see how much, 20.7 kilometer, once you identify the place you are targeting. Okay, and you can draw a line also. You can draw a line, you can add line or shapes, you can add driving routes and so on. So let's say we're adding a line or a shape, for example, from here to here to here to here and back to here as our location. So we can call it school, for example. You just hit on enter, and you can call it my university, and we can click on save, and it has added that as a location, okay, within your location. So you can even bring in image also and put there, just like the way we managed to bring in image of the other places. Okay, you can use this hand sign to navigate around and move within the map as well. Okay, very easily, and you can use this to undo and redo in cases when you have made a mistake. You can always save this map, and you can always share with your friends by clicking on the share menu, and you can control what they do with the sharing link. Okay, you can allow this person to view, and you can allow the person to kind of edit or do some other things. You can share on Drive, or you can copy the link manually and share with the person, right? So this is about sharing. This is about, you can have a preview of how the map is going to look like. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, this is a bit about how to use the Google My Maps. In this short video tutorial, I want to share with you how to download your maps offline, or how to use your Google Maps offline. This can be very handy and useful when you happen to find yourself in locations where you don't have internet access, that you cannot access the internet, and you are desperately in need of using the Google Maps to navigate around for your trip, for your traveling from one place to another. You may not have the network, so you can download it offline, and then you can use it comfortably to navigate around and get to your location. Okay, so to start with, all you need to do is to go to your Google apps. You can click and just open your Google Maps. So you can come to your Google Maps over here. I just opened mine. This is a live one. So you can come to your picture or your profile picture over here at the top right, and you can just click, and you can see offline maps over here. So you just click on it to open. So you have to now select your own map. Okay, where do you want to select? Maps will update over Wi-Fi. So once you go to Wi-Fi, it will update. So you say I got it, and you can, these are downloaded maps for your area. So anytime you are walking, so it will easily just highlight your area, maybe your country or maybe your state, and it will just download it for you. And very easily you can just be walking and you don't need to have the internet. The one downside to this is that you may not be able to have the live traffic information, because traffic, you may need to have satellite or internet for you to be able to get the updated one or the live one. So at this time, once you are here, you can just come over to select your own map. You just click, and then you can navigate and select based on your area. You can zoom out, you can zoom in, and you can just select the area that you are targeting. For example, I'm targeting this whole place. You can zoom in or you can zoom out accordingly, right, depending on how detailed you want it to be. And you can move around the map so that you can get the exact location of the place that you want. And down here it is going to give you an estimated size of the map that you are trying to download. You can see an estimated size is 25 megabyte. So once you click on download, it will start downloading. So let's say we download this area. Download over mobile network, to avoid data charges, download over Wi-Fi. So let's just download now within the mobile network. So you can see it is beginning to download, right? You can see the percentage at the bottom over here, 16% and so on. So it's going to continue to download, and once it finishes the download, you will be able to have clean access to your routes and whatever directions that you are looking for within that locality or location that you have selected. So it's very easy and it's very useful when you have network issues or when you have places that don't even have network at all. Maybe you are traveling within the village or places where you don't you have virtually no access to network, okay, mobile network or even the Wi-Fi network. Okay, so as you can see, it has just finished the download. You are free to open anyone and use. So for example, this is the location I've selected, Zaria. You can just click on these 3 dots and you have the option to update the map at any given time, or you can view it using the second option, or you can rename it to be specific. Zaria where, maybe let's say Zaria city, for example, to be very specific, and then you can say save. And anytime you want to move in from one place to another, you can easily click and you can specify the location where you want to go to, and it will just take you directly without you having access to the internet, without you having access to the satellite. Okay, so one last thing you can do is you can delete the map at any given point when you are no more using it, or when you move out of the country or thereabout. So ladies and gentlemen, this is just a bit about how to use the offline Google Maps for your routes, for your traveling, or to be able to move from one place to another. In this video, I want to share with you how to use the Google Photos to store our photos and to edit them even on the phone, to put some professional look and put some inputs, even text, to kind of make it look brighter and beautiful, and to store the photos and to synchronize photos within your apps. Okay, you have the app available on PC and as well as on the phone. So all you need to do is to start by logging into your Google account over here. Make sure you are logged into your Google account, and you can come to these Google apps, or you can go to photos.google.com, or you just come to the app, you click on it, and you can see the photos down here. You just click and it will bring you to the home page of your Google Photos. So over here you have your album, okay, the first album you have, and you could decide to upload photos directly by coming to upload at the top right corner here. You just click on upload, and you can navigate whether you have the photos on your computer or on the Google Drive. Okay, you can automatically even back up photos from your computer to your drive. So let's say you have it on your computer and not your drive, or if you have it on drive, you can easily bring it in as well. So let's say we bring in one of these photos. You bring it in, and it's going to ask you to assign it to a particular album if you have an album. If you don't, you can put it on shared album if you have. So let's say we add it to an album, and we could create a name for that album. You can add it to an album, and we could give a title to that album. We could say seminars. So once you're done, you just click on this to save this, and this is going to be counted as an album within your system. And over here at the top right, you're free to add another picture to this album. You can still do the same process to just upload a picture into the album, or you can share it out to people. Okay, you can invite and share. Maybe you can get this link to this photo and you can share with people, or you can write in their names or their emails to be able to get them to access this photo directly. Alternatively, you can share on social media handles like Facebook and Twitter, you can share, or you can just reach out to your people and just get them to have access to the photo, or you can just type their emails, their phone numbers, or their names, so they can have access to it directly. So ease of sharing. And then at the top right, these three dots at the top right will enable you to play a slideshow and to download a particular photo that you've selected, or edit an album to give it another name, or you can edit the content, or you have other options, bunch of options also that you're free to check around. Okay, you can set album cover if you want. So it all boils down to you. You can make an album cover, or you can delete the album completely. So back here, you can come back to the main menu and you can see all the albums you have and the pictures that are in the album. So you have 2 albums, okay, so you can see them, and you're free to navigate around to each and every one of them. So you're going to explore and you can search for a particular photo from here. You can just search directly, or you can share again with people. You can share directly, you can copy the link to share with others. You can check out your favorites. Once you mark a photo as a favorite, you could be able to see it. You can check the different albums, you can see them here, and you can check other utilities. You can archive a picture and you see it on the archive, and you can check on trash what you have deleted. You can see it from here. So down here at the top right corner, you can have the gear icon. Over here, you should be able to use it to access all other settings as regards these Google Photos, what you need to enable. Like for example, when you upload a picture, it should maintain the original quality, or you can use the storage saver mode. So once you use the storage saver mode, it's going to store more at a slightly reduced quality, so it's going to downgrade the quality a little bit. And then you have other features, what you need to do with unsupported videos, partner sharing, suggestions, group similar faces, and memories. Okay, sharing location, you can put all these locations. You print order history, you can see it. You can draft, you can check out on draft reminders, browser notifications, export data. You can export your data easily. You can back up your data on Google Photos. You can view your data in Google Photos. You can do so much. So for this tutorial, I just wanted to show you about how to use Google Photos on the PC. Okay, this will enable you to do simple things as regards the storage and accessing of your photos on the phone, on the PC. But now let's take a look at it, how it is being done on the phone. So to access your Google Photos on the phone, you can just open your phone. This is an Android phone, so feel free to try it on your iOS and maybe Mac, Apple, and see what you will how you will be able to access it. So you can just come all the way to this Google Store. Okay, you just come to Google Store and you can see your Google Photos at the bottom right here. You just click on it and you'll have access to all your photos, all what you have inserted. So this is one of our albums that we just created today, and make sure your account is logged in. You are logged in with the right account, so you just make sure you get it logged in with using the right account. So you can access all your photos from here, and once you click on any photo, you can be able to carry out some edits as against the PC version. Okay, on the phone version, you should be able to edit some things. At the bottom left here, you can be able to share items. Okay, once you click on share, you can share on, you can copy the link, you can share to groups, you can share on WhatsApp, Facebook, and even many more. You could check out many options, and you can share again, share LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, and many more. All this you can share on them directly. All right, so this is about sharing. And once you come back to the main photo, you can edit the photo by clicking on this edit, and you could do quite a lot here, because you can enhance the brightness, you can check the quality, the dynamic nature, you could check other features as regards suggestion. This suggestion you can check, you can make a portrait, you can play around with BW portrait, you can color, you can check the color pop, and many more. So this is on suggestions. You can crop this particular image according to your liking. You can crop to any location, to any point. You could just navigate around until you're satisfied, and you can click on this to kind of accept. So let's say you cropped it to this, and you can still go back to edit and edit some more. Okay, so apart from suggestion, apart from cropping, there's so much you can do. You could check out some tools. You could blur your faces, you could do color focus and portrait light. Okay, you can just play around with this to see the kind of effect it's going to give to your picture. right? So down here you have the option to adjust. You can adjust the contrast. You just click and you can increase or decrease the contrast accordingly. Okay, you can play around with the contrast, and you can check the brightness. You can increase or decrease accordingly, right? Feel free to try it and see how it affects or how you change the photo. You can check the HDR, the white point, and many more. Okay, once you're done, you click on done, and you can check filters as well. You can see a bunch of filters. You can select from any one of them. So that's the advantage. You can check markup, and you can use highlighter or pen to write something, right? And you can make it kind of look higher and brighter, and you can insert text from here, and you can use highlighter as well, right? So you have many more options. You can view and edit on this gallery, but if you are done with it, you just try it, explore it, and see how you can optimize and enhance your photo. Once you're done, you click on save, and it's going to save these settings or these changes to your photo, and you're free to mark it as one of your favorites, and you can find it in your favorite. Up here you can upload. This is uploading. You can upload to your drive, and you can come to the three dots at the top here, and you have the option to add it to a given album. This edited one, you can move to archive, you can delete from device, you can move to locked folders, and many more. Okay, so you can set slideshow, you can print, and so much. Okay, so here you have other options, bunch of other options to put description and all that. So feel free to explore it, to learn about it, and see how you can enhance and play around with the photos on your Google Photos. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, this is just a bit on how to use the Google Photos on your PC and on your phone.
In today's video, I want to give you a complete overview of the Google Slides. Google Slides is actually very, very important and is the Google version of the Microsoft PowerPoint. So to start with, or to access Google Slides, all you need to do is to start by coming to slides.google.com, and it will bring you over here to Slides. So you have a range of options. For example, you can see series of templates that you can start from, or you have the option to start afresh. Recent presentations that you can easily access and edit to your liking, and then you can at the end print out or share with your colleagues for possible presentation in a meeting or in any kind of gathering. So let's try to see the different templates that we have, and then later on we can start afresh to see how we can develop a simple presentation. So these are the series of templates that we have. You can check based on personal, general presentation. We can see a bunch of work related presentations, and you can see down here education related, and so much more. So let's try to open one and see the general overview, or how it looks, and what can you add to make it a little bit much more interesting. So let's say we check out this recipe book. So this is a simple recipe book that you can give it a title, and you can put in your name, and then down here you can tell about the chef, who is the chef and what does he do, and recipes and other details. So you can customize this to your liking. Maybe you can talk about your achievement, your education, or you can talk about a particular topic, maybe leadership development by Dr. Rashid or thereabout. You can click in here to edit this text to your liking and to put in so many things, and you can customize it to anything. So one thing you should be certain with, or you should know, is that these are just templates. You can easily edit them and do anything you want with them. Then at the end it saves automatic as you are working on it. But for a start, let's try to know where is our work being saved in Google Slides. So you can look to the top here, and you will see the name of this template as recipe book. You can rename it if you want this template. You can just select it and call it demo slide. At the moment it's residing in my drive, in your Google Drive, because you have to make sure you log in with your Gmail account. So it's residing on my drive. If you click on it, you should be able to create a fresh folder, and then you can be able to just add it up to that folder. So for example, we create a new folder and we'll call it demo folder.
Once you're done with this folder, it is going to create it and it's going to move it here. This very demo slide is going to be saved in this folder. At the same time, you can star it so that you can easily see it in your drive. Once you go to the start items, and then once you're done, you can unstar it. This is for ease of recognition. This is the location, and you can see the status on the document. So once you go to your drive, for example, you come to start items, you should be able to see it very easily. Demo slide, very easily and very fast. This is just a template that you can play around with, you can edit. So let's look at the key features that you can do with this template. Then we'll start a fresh slide to see what we stand to gain. So you can check around, check the picture, you can easily delete, you can right click and delete, or you can replace an image, and then you specify the location where you want to replace. Upload from a computer, search from the web, or from drive, or from a URL. You can easily bring in an image. So one thing to keep note of is it's very easy to insert a series of things. You can insert images to any slide. Okay, to any slide you can bring in images of different, using different means. Over here you can bring in text. For example, you can click on this and it will give you a text box. You can put this and you can put in a description, ginger tea. So you can move it around and you can select it to play around with the fonts. All the features are here. You can increase the, you can put in some color if you want. So you can put in some color, you can increase the sizes, you can bold it, you can do so many things around here. You can even change the font style from this. So many things to do. You can bring in text, you can bring in an audio to insert into a particular slide. You can bring in video, you can bring in shapes, different kind of shapes that you have that you know existed in Microsoft Word or PowerPoint. It also existed here. You can put in your table, you can bring in charts if you have from, if you want to create a new one, or you have from an existing worksheet. Okay, so you can bring in from worksheet, for example. And let's say I have this household monthly income, and you just click on it. You have the option to link this particular worksheet with the existing slide that you are making. Okay, by linking, what it means is whenever you change this data from this chart, it's automatically going to change also on this particular slide. Very easy. Okay, so we just bring it in and we can duplicate this slide. We can right click, duplicate this slide, then we can delete the first one from here. Okay, so we have it here. So whenever you change anything from the spreadsheet, it's automatically going to be updated down here. Still on the insert, you can insert chart, we can insert diagrams from anywhere, you can insert word art, or you can bring in different kind of lines according to your liking. You can bring it and do anything. You can put comments, you can bring in new slides and add slide numbers to your slides. Okay, but I will show you in a bit how to bring in slides and how to play around with slides. But for now, let's say we are starting on a very fresh and empty slide. So you click on blank slide and it's going to bring you here. You have a bunch of things to look at, but later on we'll explain some of them. But for now, we have to title this as usual. We start it and we'll make sure we put the location where we have specified the other one, demo folder, and then we'll put this one, demo 2. Okay, so this one is done. So you can bring in images. We can just come to insert, bring in images from this computer. Assuming we want to bring in one of our picture. So this is how to convert, change an image trace. So you can put in some text also if you want. One thing I need to let us know is that there's this start icon you see from the at the bottom right. So it's called explore. When you click on it, it's going to use what you have on the slide to give you an auto created content. It will rearrange the content according to what you have in the slide and try to give you an idea into design, to how you can design this slide to make it effective. So it's just like the design in the normal Microsoft Word. So you can select something like this. It has already redesigned it for you by Dr. Rashid. You have to change this to this, this to this, or it didn't pick the other ones. So you can check from different design that it gave you. So select. Once you're satisfied with any other one, you can just pick it and edit and start moving. Down here to your top left, you can see how you can add a new slide. Once you click, it's going to add in a fresh blank slide, and you have the option also to use Explore to add in slides based on some suggestions. You can bring in any slide of your choice, and you can put in text and anything. You can insert other things into the slide. You can control how you add slides by coming to this small arrow icon down here. Once you click on it, you can see the bunch of other styles that you can bring in according to what you have. Is it a section header, is it a title and a body, or is it a title only, or is it a one column width, or whatever you have? You can easily bring it in as maybe it's a 2-columned item. You can bring it in, and then you can put in the title, and then you can put on this text, and on this click to add text here and click to add text here, depending on what you have. Or you can check also from the Explore to see what you can do to change this style to make it much more interesting and enticing. So for example, we can put here, so maybe this is about mentorship. You can check our website, or you can check our YouTube channel. So you can play around with this and explore it, and maybe bring in different image, maybe your logo or something like that. So this is how to play around with slides. You can undo, you can redo, you can print, you can zoom in and out for the features. You can zoom in and out of slides, and then you can paint. Use the format painter. You can select a particular text style or content text format, and then you can use the format painter paint format to kind of take it to the next text. Once you click on this and you take this to the next text, this font properties is going to be transferred to this one. So just like that, once you click, it will take the property of this one. So down here you have the select. You can add text, you can bring in images, you can bring in shapes, lines, and all that, border color and fill color. You are free to explore all this to have a better idea about what they do and how they operate. Okay, over here you come to slide. You can see a lot of things. You can bring in slide. Another way to bring in slide in addition to this is to come over to slide and click on new slide. You can duplicate a particular slide. For example, you can duplicate this slide if you want. Duplicate this slide, and you can do Ctrl D as well to duplicate this slide. You can click on delete slide, skip slide. Actually, skip slide is important when you have, for example, you are presenting and you don't want the presenters to see a particular slide. You can decide to, on your own, skip this slide. So for example, we have skipped this slide, so even during your presentation they are not going to see this second slide, but you can just see it now at the editing view. Down here you can add comment. You can change background, you can apply layout, a series of layout that you can check from. You can bring in themes, different kind of themes, and change accordingly. You can check transitions as you move from one slide to another. You can apply transitions, but there's not much transition here, but it's enough for you to do a lot of things. So you can come over here, you can see the dissolve option, you can see the fade in, fade out, flip, cube, gallery, and all that. So you're free to try it and see how it operates. So for example, when you put in the fade in, you can put in this one and try to put in let's say dissolve. So you can play it to see an example of how it's going to look like, and you have the option to control the dissolution here. You want it very, very fast, or you want it very slow. For example, you can bring it here, and then you can try to play and see. This is appearing very slowly as you are explaining to your audience. So this, you can apply this, and you can apply this dissolve to all slides by just clicking on this, and it will apply it to all the slides. So this is about themes, transitions, and all. Down here you have the speaker notes. Speaker notes are for speaker, just like the name, speaker notes. When you have things you want to put in during your presentation and you don't want the audience to see what you are presenting or to see your content while you are presenting, you can always write them here. So for example, you can put your bullet point, or you can put the complete text that you want to be reading from, or you want to refer to while you're presenting over here. So you can just put in something like speakers guide. We want to talk about speakers guide, time management, So these are speaker notes for you. So when you are presenting over here, you can see present over here, so you can present this as a slide or during a presentation, anything. And you can control the way you present from this small arrow drop down here. Once you click on this, you can see presenter view. By clicking on presenter view, you are going to see this. Only you can see this. Okay, so you click on this and you have it on a new tab. You can start your presentation, and this is what your audience are seeing, and it shows you the next slide down here. This is what you see because this is speaker note. Your audience are not seeing this, so you know you are talking about this. Next one is this, next one is this. You can bring in audience tools. You can, by audience tools, you can start up different kind of things, answer all the questions. You can start up an audience Q&A from here and answer it and stop it if you want accordingly. You can pause your presentation, you can reset it, you can do anything, but this is your own area. All this area are for the presenter. Once you are done, you can close. So this is this presenter view. You are presenting. So this is the slides you are presenting. By just clicking next, it's going to, or by just using your mouse to click, it's going to keep presenting to the audience. Top right here, you can see the present to a meeting. You can present directly. You can present using a meeting code. If you have a meeting code that you have been invited, you can present over there. You can push in comment, open his comment history to see and add your own comment as well. You can share this document with, you can invite for collaboration. You can invite by just typing the email of a particular person. For example, I'm inviting this guy, and then you can put your content over here and then send to him. Alternatively, you can still share and just get this link. You can control the permission over here, that anybody with this link can participate, can comment, or can be an editor to this particular document. You can say this and you can say done, and then you have already copied the link. Or if you have not, you can easily copy the link over here and just share it with the person. So down here, you can see in the slides, you have a range of view. You can view your slides using this normal film strip view, or you can check in grid view. You can bring in grid view and you can see your slides accordingly. But I think I prefer this view, which is much better. So up here, you have a range of options. You can come to files here, and you can do a lot of things. You can start a new presentation from a template from a different spreadsheet. You can start a different spreadsheet. You can open an existing one. You can import slides, make a copy of these slides of the entire presentation, or you can select a slide to make a copy of it. You can email this content directly to a collaborator, or email this file to someone else. You can download it on your computer in a PowerPoint format. And you can edit ODP, PDF format, or JPEG, anything you want. You can download easily from here. You can make available offline. Even when you are offline, you can work on it. You can see your version history in cases when you are working with different kind of collaboration. You can be able to monitor the different versions as you upgrade the document. You can rename it. You can move it to different place, add shortcuts, move to trash, or publish to the web. By publishing to the web, you will have the access to, you'll be given a link. So once you publish to the web, you will be given access to a simple link like this link. You can copy it, and all your presentations are going to be on this link. Once you start, you can copy the link. Once you paste the link anywhere on your browser, this presentation is going to start. So once you paste, this is your presentation. Once you paste it anywhere, it's going to start just like that, and you can continue presenting. So this is the advantage of publishing to the web. You can just put in the details here. You can embed this, and you can add it, copy this link and add it to your website. You can present by merely clicking on the link. So this is the advantage of publishing on the web. Wherever you go, once you have an internet, paste in the URL, the presentation is going to start automatically. You can see you can change languages. You can print this using a printer externally, and then other things that you can check. You're free to explore the view of the entire slides. You can bring in motion, put the grid view in the themes, just like we've explained now. You can zoom in and out. You have shown some of these guides, and we've explained the different kind of formats. So basically, these are the most important features you need to know in Google Slides. In this video, I want to share with you how to use the Google Office suite. Okay, so as an alternative to Microsoft Office suite that may be quite expensive for some people to access, maybe Office 365 is too expensive and you're tired of paying consistently every month for Office 365 package and you want an alternative. Well, Google Office suite is a very fantastic tool that is actually for free for personal use. Only for business use you have to pay, but for personal use it's quite free. And you can see, build your best ideas together in Google Docs. You can collaborate online and do so much more. It comes in with different kind of features. You can write faster with built-in intelligence, and you can consult, you can bring in collaboration and intelligence to other file types. Okay, so you have different kind of files: PowerPoint, Excel, and Microsoft Word. Okay, so you can do more with add-ons. There are a lot of add-ons that you can add in, work on fresh content, stay productive, and even offline. You can work even offline. So security, compliance, and privacy is secured here. So these are some of the various plans, products that you can find in the Google Office suite Workspace. You have Google Sheets, Google Docs, Google Sheets, Google Slides. These are representations of Microsoft Word, Microsoft Excel, and Microsoft PowerPoint. Okay, so you have, in addition to that, you have forms, keep, sites, and many more. Okay, so but for now we are going to concentrate on these three, which are the most important: Docs, Sheets, and Slide. Okay, for business use it's 12 USD per month, but for personal use, which is the one we are going for, is free. Okay, so for free personal use you have a bunch of these options. You have 15 gigabyte of Google storage, cloud storage, and you can do Google Meet video conferencing with a maximum of 100 participants. Okay, so let's check out the go to Docs for personal use, which is this one. And over here you have the option to, you can check from these three lines. You have a bunch of other features and options. For example, you can see the different features. Okay, the docs, the sheets, the slides, and forms. So you can navigate to each and every one of them from here directly by just clicking on these three lines. So let's say we start with the docs, and we've got a number of templates that we can start from. So once you open the Google Docs, you can get there from maybe from these three lines, or you can come to docs.google.com. okay, so once you're here, you'll be hit with a new document, maybe from a template, depending on what you want. Is it a resume? Is it a letter? Is it a project proposal? You can all start from here. These are templates, and these are recently used documents from your computer. It's going to capture that, and you can see quite a lot of them. But then let's say for this tutorial we are starting at the blank page. Okay, so we'll click on this to start a blank page. And once you're here, the first thing you will notice is that you can start typing immediately here. And the first thing is to give this document a name. You can rename it over here. So let's just call it public speaking. Okay, so you give it a name, and it's going to save this on your drive. Okay, so it's going to save it to the drive. You can always visit it to check, and you can mark this as a start document, so you can easily find it even within the start document in your Google Drive. So you can write anything as usual, and you can call out people depending. Okay, and you have a bunch of options over here from the ribbon. You can type anything, whether you copy and paste or you type. So let's say we type something. Welcome to Epic Mentorship. Please remember to subscribe. So this is just something, a text that we'll just type. You can select it and you can play around with the text. Over here we have the text editing features. You can align center, you can align right, you can align left, you can kind of justify if you want. You can change the line and paragraph spacing, and you can change many other features, just like the way you have in Microsoft Office. You equally have it over here. You have the editing features, you have suggesting, you have viewing. Okay, people who you want to collaborate with, what can they do on this document? Okay, so you have other options here. You can undo, redo, you can print, you can do all sort of things. You can put in the text style, normal text, you can increase the size, you can put headers, and many more. You have the font style and font types over here. You're free to explore and check it out. Over here you have the file. You can start a new document, either it is a Microsoft Word document from a template, or you can start a spreadsheet, or you can start a presentation, or even drawing from here. Okay, so you can open an existing document or make a copy of it, and you can email this to someone, email this file to someone directly, or you can download on different formats: PDF, docs format, rich format, or plain text. Okay, so much more. You can move this file to another file or content, or place in your Google Drive, or you can move it to trash, and so much more. So you have the other editing features like copy and paste, do and undo, redo, and view options. You can customize this to your liking. You can enable mode, editing mode, and you can enable the suggestive mode like we've explained. You can enable full screen or show section breaks easily. You can insert different kind of things from here. You can insert, upload a document, an image from a computer, from a search the web to find a document, either Google Drive or Google Photos, or enter a URL and to capture that picture. And you have tables. You can insert different kind of tables using different kind of rows and columns and all that. You can insert all sort of things. You can insert drawings also. You can create a new drawing. You can insert different kind of charts: bar chart, column charts, line charts, pie charts, and many more. Or you can even insert from Google Sheets directly. Okay, so you could bring in horizontal line, dates, footnotes, special characters, equations, watermarks, and headers and footers. Okay, page numbers, you can add all that easily from here. And you have a bunch of formats. Okay, text paragraphing, you can use the text features over here: bold, italic, underline, and so much more. And you can equally do that using these various controls: Control B, Control I, and Control U, just like the way we have it in Microsoft PowerPoint or Microsoft Office Suite. Okay, so you have a bunch of headers and footers, and you have a bunch of tools: spelling, grammar, word count, and all that. Feel free to try it and see. You can even do voice typing. You can hit on voice typing and you can start typing. So click to speak. So let's say we want to type it here. As soon as you identify the place, you click to speak. Hello and welcome to Epic Mentorship. Please remember to subscribe to our channel. And you can stop it, right? You can see this is, you've just said something and it has written it for you. You can do that consistently and continuously using this feature. Okay, so you have a bunch of features. Try other things. You can do formats. You can check out tools, script editor, preferences. You can bring in different kind of add-ons, do more with add-ons. You can get add-ons and apply them here. So one of the most important part of this document, Google Docs, is that it comes incorporated with different kind of apps. For example, at the top here you have the calendar, which you can easily use to check your activities and your schedules for the day easily. You can check based on your activities, what do you have for today, what do you have for the week. You can even check out, this is today, Monday, I don't have anything. Maybe you can check yesterday, what do I have. You can see to update it over here. Okay, and you can open it in a new fresh tab, so you can have an idea of what do you have. You can check on each day what activity do you have and at what time easily. Okay, and over here you have Google Keep. Also, you can check out your document and data that you've kept because it will synchronize with your Gmail address easily. Okay, so you have the contacts, maps, and many more, and you can bring in other add-ons also from here. One of the key important feature of this is that you can share easily with your friends, privately to your friends, so that they can contribute and collaborate with you while you are working on this very document. So it's very easy to do that. Feel free to try it and experience it. It's a very fantastic alternative to Microsoft Word. So let's say we are trying another option, which is so let's say we open now spreadsheet and take a look at how it's going to look. And as you can see, it looks perfectly the way we want it to look, because it kind of looks exactly like the Microsoft Excel look. Okay, it looks like exactly like the Microsoft Excel that we have. You see the cell arrangement, okay, and the different features. Okay, the file menu, the same thing. Edit menu, you can have the same editing features. You can have the same view options. Okay, you can have insert. You can bring in different kind of cells. You can insert cells. Insert cells and shift right, and insert cell and shift down. Okay, you can insert rows, you can insert columns, you can insert sheets, and even charts. You can bring in pivot tables, images, and even drawings. Okay, you have different functions. You can check around over here and easily you can use them. Okay, so you have formats over here. You have different themes you can bring in, and you can text features, different text features, alignment and wrapping, rotations of text, and all that. You can check around and see how and what you can do with your text. And data tab also contain all sort of things, from create a filter to filter views, add a slicer, and so much more. You can have tools over here. You can create forms directly from here. You can do spell check and notifications, and you have a bunch of other extensions that you can check around, the macros and all that. App sheets you can check, and you have the help menu also that is available at any given time. Over here to these tabs, you have various bunch of features that you can use to plot your graphs and to edit your text and play around with the text styles and all that. You just feel free to try it. These are functions that we've just explained. You can just check through it and see what you can benefit from. And over here at the top, you can share the document equally with people, and you can upload and publish. You can present this using this icon to the people. You can present using a meeting code, usually on Google Meet. You can easily present this on using the meeting notes. So this is just the same way that we have in the Microsoft Excel. You just feel free to try it and see what you can do. How can you edit? How can you play around with your document? What benefits can you have? So the same way, we can try to open the Google. We'll come back here and say to file and say presentation instead of spreadsheet. You can say presentation, and you have the looks just like the way you have in Microsoft Excel, and you can do quite a lot with these presentations as well. So the same way you add slides, the same way you add content to your slide, the same way you change the theme, the backgrounds, the arrangement, the slideshow, virtually many of those features are also available over here. So one of the key advantages or additions that we have over here is a theme that's newly introduced. You can see different kind of styles that you can bring into your themes, to your slides, so that they can kind of look much more professional and better. So feel free to try it, to explore and see. So whichever one you click is going to take that as a template, and you're free to add content accordingly, and you can just type anything you want, for example. So many things you can write, and you can customize this to your liking. You can close this, and you can check other features like the background, the layouts. You have different kind of layouts that you can bring in, the themes that we just discussed, transitions. You have a bunch of transitions you can check from here. You can see a lot of them: dissolve, fade. But the only downside of presentation is that the Google presentation is that it doesn't have much of the animations compared to what we have on Microsoft Office 365 and all that. Okay, so all the features, you can find them virtually here. You can have the view, the edit feature, the view feature, the insert feature. You can insert so many things accordingly, just like we've explained. The formats, you can play around with the text format, slides format. You can bring in new slide, duplicate slide, delete slide, and so much. Transitions you can apply. You can check out the arrangement order. You can bring in top to bottom tools. You can just check out the spelling tools. Voice speaker also works here as well. You can bring in different kind of add-ins and many more. Okay, so feel free to try the Google Office suite, including the Microsoft, including the docs, the sheets, as well as the presentation. They are very good alternatives to Microsoft Office suite. If you're tired of that, you can always use this. And once you're done editing or presenting or making your document, you can always come to file, and you can always download this in different formats. That's one of the benefits. Once you download it in .ppt, this is going to open in the Microsoft PowerPoint anywhere you find yourself. Equally the same here. Once you download in .docs, is going to open in Microsoft Word equally, and you can download even in PDF, which can open virtually anywhere. The same thing goes to this spreadsheet. You can download in different kind of format, .xls or .pdf, okay, or .csv. It's still going to open in Microsoft Office, Excel, and thereabout. So ladies and gentlemen, this is just a bit about Google Office Suite. In this video, I want to share with you how to translate your document or your text using the Google Translate. With Google Translate, you can access it using 2 methods or 3 methods. The first method is when you open your Google page as the home page. If you have Google as your home page, you can just come to this Google Apps. You just click on it, and you come all the way down to translate over here. So once you click on translate, it's going to take you to the page directly, translate.google.com. okay, so once you are on translate.google.com, what you see is you have the option to translate by voice. Okay, you can say the voice and it's going to take in your message and it's going to translate. So this is the detected language, and then you can translate to, let's say, Arabic, for example. So let's say something and see how it's going to translate it. Let's say we're writing in English. So let's start. Welcome to Epic Mentorship. Please remember to subscribe to our channel. We stop. Okay, so you can see the translation directly over here, and it translates it kind of perfectly, right? So welcome to Epic Mentorship. Please remember to subscribe. This is English and this is Arabic. So you can do it by virtue of dictation, and it will just pick it by voice. Or another way to do it is to copy the text from somewhere and just paste it. Okay, so assuming I have this my speech that I made on the price I just want. So let's say we pick this part of the speech. All right, we just pick this part and we paste it here, and it's going to ask it to translate to Arabic. Okay, it's going to translate this to Arabic, and you can see the translation directly. So you can easily copy out, and then you can go back to your workspace and continue working, or you can share this to people. Okay, you can share this outside on social media or through the email. You can share via email as well. And likewise, you can do the other way around. You can hit this and it's going to translate from Arabic back to English, or back to Spanish, or back to another language. You just, with this arrow, you can do that. You can do handwriting as well. So this is by keyboard, English by keyboard, English by Vorak, and English by handwriting. Okay, you can use handwriting as well. All right, so over here this is for text, and this is for document. If you have a piece of document, you can easily translate it also directly without you opening it and copying it individually to get it translated to a given language. So let's try that. Let's say we come to document, and we have the options to choose a document that is specifically in this format, either the docs, the docs, .odf, PDF, PPT, PPTX, PS, RTF text, and XLS and XLXX. So it all depends. It has to be in this format, then it will translate for you instantly. So assuming I have a document in Word and I just picked it, navigate to the location and then say this document, the price of success, and just open it. And once I open it, I select the language that I want it to be translated. Right now it's English and I want it to be translated to Arabic. So I just say translate, and you can see it over here. It's just been translated to Arabic. So you just copy it, Ctrl C, and you can come back to wherever you want to paste it. For example, this is the speech. So I just paste it over here. So this is the Arabic version. Okay, this is the English version and this is the Arabic version, and you can work with it anyhow you want it. And the translation, to some degree, is kind of very, very effective, and it's been a little bit it has a high accuracy as regards that, right? So over here you can visit your history, you can visit your translation history, and you can visit your saved history, and you can contribute. Also, you can invite others to contribute while you translate your document. You can easily invite them by their email address. Once they have Gmail, they can easily join you and they can see or comment or contribute live while you are working. All this feature, you just need to make sure you are logged in with your Google account, and you will have access to this translation, and your work is going to be saved accordingly. You can visit the history and you can see what you have translated. We've translated this to Arabic, we've translated this to Arabic. You can see the details and you can revisit them if you want. The saved ones, you have not saved any so far, and you can collaborate and invite people just by clicking on collaborating and inviting people. So help increase verified translation for your language. Maybe you have someone who is an Arabian who speaks Arabic quite fluently. You can just get started and get him invited, get him into this, and he contributes to make it a better translation or a perfect translation, right? So ladies and gentlemen, this is about Google Translate.